real rock and roll is back in Orlando. It's Hot Tub and Mini Fridge. Mornings on Z159.
When a man, he takes a shower, there's only two parts that he cleans. We go worshiping on that devil's eyeball, and then we worship that goddamn dang-a-ling. Where's that booty hole? Where's that dang-a-ling? We ain't ever worshiped her legs, 'cause they ain't ever seen. Where's that booty hole? Where's that dang-dong? We ain't got time for worship, gotta keep America strong. You know my daddy taught me how to shower, and his dad the same before that. He said, son, you start off with your pecker, and the finish line is your booty crack. Where's that booty hole? Where's that dang-a-lang? We ain't ever worked our legs, 'cause they ain't ever seen. Where's that booty hole? Where's that dang-dong? We ain't got time for worship, gotta keep America strong. Never, never, ever wash your legs. Thank you.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey, everybody. It is another Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer, is here. Hello, Sam.
Hello, I'm freshly washed.
Freshly washed on the couch. He's got really fancy socks on today. Is it news or is it confrontation? We'll find out. From the Orlando Talk Show with Ross McCoy, it is Ross McCoy.
The world's best MC.
The world's best. Is that the world's best MC?
Patent pending.
I love that. I love that. All right, that's great.
I like to envision you
MC.
sitting
Get on the mic.
in this room by yourself, singing that song
Yeah.
over
I walked
and
in
over.
on it, by the way.
Dan walked in.
And
She
I was
walked
like,
in-
by yourself. It's
She
kind of
walked-
insane.
But she actually walked in on me doing backing vocals,
Yeah.
which is creepier because I was like,
He was whispering
'cause
booty hole.
I was like,
Watch that booty hole. And I'm like, he's finally lost
yeah,
it.
and then she's like waving, and yeah, I'm over here singing. Yeah, there's a lot of people don't know this, but at the studio right next door to us is a counselor.
Mm-hmm.
And I told Tom, I think I told you after I did this one that I heard someone tapping on the wall. And I was like, because you know that noise you get?
Sir?
Yeah, sir.
Can you stop screaming ding-a-ling?
Yeah. And I
have a
was in there,
client.
like, I did a different version. I did some woo, and I did some clapping. I pulled that all out. And he was like, it's too much. He was like, anyway, hey, welcome to the show, everybody.
A couple things. The food truck fiesta is this Sunday. Eric's going to be out there with merch for sale, some new stuff. He's got a rack of $10 shirts. It's going to be a huge one this
Remember
Sunday.
that Rakuten?
Still sounds like a porn thing to me.
We've got new 420 merch that we've never done before.
Is he going to have that tomorrow?
That is
Or Sunday, I mean?
No, not Sunday yet.
No.
We're going to release that.
What do you got,
on-
like a happy birthday Hitler shirt or what?
They are. It's a grinder. We got a Tom and Dan.
Yeah. And it's a nice
branded
one.
grinder.
It's a 3-part.
Keef catcher or
Well,
no
I-
Keef catcher?
3-part, yeah.
Keef catcher?
Yes.
Oh, well,
I think it's-
I'm gonna gank one of those.
Yeah, no, you'll get the
Absolutely.
first one.
And
You crazy? We have to have somebody tested to make sure it's quality.
And BDM Appreciation Week is coming up. We are in the midst of an emergency.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
but we will talk about it. I can't even say
we can't talk about it.
We're
But
not at
it's
liberty to
more-
speak
Yeah,
about
we
our
are not-
emergency.
Yeah, we are
God,
not.
Eric,
We've
figure it out.
had a lot of emergencies.
Anyway.
lately.
Does it have
Yeah.
to do with the unattended fire in the corner of the office?
No, that's fine. That's
no,
fine.
No,
Okay,
that's
that's
to keep
cool.
us warm
That's good.
when we lose all
Yeah.
power.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Also,
I noticed you guys ate the fish.
well, yeah. The fish thing was another emergency. It was all
A lot of
emergency.
Oh yeah, I
emergencies.
forgot you don't know about
No,
that.
I saw it. I was following.
Oh my
along, yeah.
God.
Also, we'll be at the Orlando Guardians game April 8th.
Go
Guardians.
It's their last home game, so
Stereo.
I know me and Sam are going to be out there. Daniel's a dance dad, so
Yeah.
his entire life is consumed by dance
It's
now.
crazy. It's absolutely
Dude,
insane.
Dan-
I'm gonna buy your boys hot dogs.
Wait, what?
Tommy,
Oh,
will
they don't eat meat. That's right.
Well, no,
Damn it.
Tommy will eat a meat
Yeah,
hot dog.
he'll eat a hot
Max
dog.
is
What
like.
do they sell out there at the Fardians
You know what got?
games?
You know what got Tommy is Tiffany's wedding. I watched that kid eat a hot dog
In Mexico.
Oh, Mexican hot dog.
He ate a Mexican hot dog and in his eyes. I saw in his eyes. He was like,
What is this delicious treat?
"What is this?"
So I want to ask a question to Ross. So
Oh no!
because I feel like
You
Ross,
never ask Ross questions.
Well, Ross knows basketball court etiquette, possibly.
Hey, you hoop it up, right?
It's,
I feel like it's a kid's sports question, and I'm qualified. Yeah.
and so
Yeah, you probably, because of the Suns, have done.
Yeah, your kid plays a
just
lot.
about every. Yeah, and your little one's quite upset. Well, he's not little anymore. Your technically still little one is obsessed.
All
Right?
he plays is basketball.
I love
That's
it.
all
Okay,
he
all
does.
right.
I love it.
So recently,
Magic? He's Magic? Or-
No, I think he's like he watches
Atlanta
a lot
Hawks.
of games.
Hawks?
He's more of a guy.
Okay.
Like he'll pick a guy.
Players.
Like he's a Kyrie guy. He likes Kyrie. There's a couple of dudes he follows.
All right.
So recently, because it gets dark so late, we've been taking that extra time of light after the kids finish their homework.
is Jesus' time of light.
We'll after the kids and Tommy and Max finish their homework, we've been going to the park, right? And then we call it the secret pathway.
What are you, Andy Griffith?
What is this?
Afterwards, we go to the park and we whittle
When
soap.
you finish your homework, boys, I'll take you to the park.
Or you're Afro Man and you're going to there to smoke weed.
Yeah, that's true.
So we, Crystal and the boys ride their bikes because Tommy and Max finally know how to ride a bicycle.
All right.
And they're
Wow.
Well, now
Yeah,
they
you're
can
almost in middle
now
school.
They can almost drive.
And now they can get to their jobs at the liquor store.
And then I ride my one wheel, which Crystal gets very mad at because she's like, "Don't you want to ride a bike and get exercise?"
No, one wheel's cooler. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
I'm like, "This is my time."
Well, that's why you got sticks.
Yeah, well,
No, the bike ain't gonna build it.
I
It's
work out. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like I just want to ride my one wheel
Yeah.
with my family.
Leave him alone. It's the only thing he loves.
So
I
anyway,
want
true.
to come with you. I don't want my blood to flow at all.
yeah,
Right.
I just want to stand there.
Stand still like a
it's
robot.
So high. It's like floating to.
I've never ridden a one-wheel high, and I can only imagine
Oh,
it's
it's
awesome.
great.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sounds
it's-
It
terrifying.
sounds fantastic.
It
You're probably better at it high.
Yeah, and unless some emergency happens, then I mean, it goes from you're riding on a cloud to peak anxiety.
yeah.
But anyway,
Killed your high.
so we've been riding we call it the secret pathway. It's actually like this
All the
Kiwani
different,
Trail.
the tiny little like.
I've been
yeah.
taking the boys here like since they were little on the damn wagon with my
Okay.
one wheel or whatever.
The Secret Garden
And
by Thomas Van.
Now we had like little nicknames for all the parks around too. Like there's a park we went to. The first time we ever went there, it had a dead squirrel at it. It was Dead Squirrel Playground for 10
yeah,
years.
yeah,
For
yeah.
10 years.
Like we have one area that Maisie and I bike past that she'll always go, "Hey, remember where you had an anxiety attack?" She will.
And
She'll
puked
go-
at someone's
point.
lawn.
She'll say to Andrew, "I did. I wrecked my bike and puked." Do you guys remember that? Where I pulled out in front of the old lady, and Maisie, every time we go past it, she's like, "That's where you wrecked your bike and threw up."
That's a core memory for her.
You're weak.
So anyway,
True story. Happened 3 days ago.
so we've been doing this for a couple weeks, and then Max expressed interest into playing basketball. So now we bring basketballs because there's a basketball court at this
Okay.
park, right?
Yeah.
And
Surprised you had a basketball.
Why?
Well, we
okay,
didn't. We had to
why
go buy
were you-
one.
Okay.
Why were you you were kind of like Max? You were almost like a little dismissive of the basketball.
No. Well, he's so young that it's 10-foot rims. Like he can't even when we got him the basketball. I went to Walmart. He picked out a
I'm
basketball.
sure you got him a really nice one.
Well,
too.
I got him a youth basketball, and then like he couldn't even reach the rim. You know what I'm saying? Like couldn't even get the ball
What
up
do you
there.
mean? Oh, okay. I thought
well,
you.
I think
you were
it's
like,
a 10
idiot. Can't even reach the
Little
rim.
noodle arms.
Yeah.
I'm
And-
like, yeah, he's 3 foot tall.
yeah,
Dad.
he's so small. But anyway, but through going to this park a couple times, like he's gotten better and
got
like
the bug.
He couldn't
Who
reach
would've
the rim.
thought?
at
Practice.
at
Hell
first,
yeah.
and then
I like this.
Then he got to the point where he could make shots.
This is great.
And then so this has been our
He's
routine.
your best hope for an athlete.
Oh, yeah,
you go.
He's on the track
Got your
team.
little Scott Skiles over here.
Well, Tom, like we've kind of reached this routine.
So what
where
is Tommy doing while Max is over
Well-
there shooting hoops?
Eating a hot dog.
Well, at
He's
first,
a delicious hot dog.
well, Crystal also plays basketball with Max.
Oh.
Oh,
and-
let me come along.
And then
Let me come
Hey,
along because I love
look at
watching
those basketballs.
Yeah, let me watch your titties.
And at first, we all started playing, and then of course I was the best. And like
I cannot see you playing basketball.
Wait,
You
No,
can't
I
even.
thought-
You can't even.
it was
walk
rad.
smooth.
it was a real.
I'd like to see dribble. My God.
Ball.
It's something about Mary Man.
Oh no.
Anyway, and in my mind, I thought I was better than like
In
the
your
In your
smooth-
mind, you think you're better at everything.
No, I don't.
In
Yeah, I
your
thought
mind, you look
it's
like
smooth.
a young Larry Bird.
It's real,
You
real
look
bad.
like
a bird.
you're shooting the
Yeah,
lights
yeah,
out
yeah.
like a Kentucky
Like-
Wonder Boy.
Like trying to juke my wife and make
Hey.
make a jump shot straight air, not even close. And then it's embarrassing. I'm looking around.
You make a noise.
Hope nobody saw that.
Did you try to dribble through your legs and hit yourself in
So-
the nuts?
Yeah.
Did you do that move?
And then Crystal's granny shooting. Anyway, so usually no one's there, but the cold weather. Okay, and then I started bringing a
The
football.
two whitest people I know.
Oh, God.
There's Sky hooking in.
Damn it! I wish I could have saw that.
At first, when we started this, it was hotter, and no one was there. But then the cool weather started bringing
Yeah.
people out, right? So it kind of
Until you're standing out there, someone's like, "Hey, young blood."
it evolved into now like me and Tommy go to the field and we play football, and then Crystal and Max just play basketball, right? Whatever. So that's been the past couple days. So last night it was beautiful night, right? Like perfect weather.
It was like I had to eat outside. Like the
It's
family, we were going out to dinner, and I was like, wherever. I don't care what
Yeah,
we could
yeah.
eat shit
Cool.
on a
Yeah.
plate. I don't care as long as we're sitting outside.
Like this is the time in Florida where it's perfect. But
It's amazing.
So anyway, so it was busier. Now we get there because the boys are excited about getting there a little
Take
bit
the
earlier.
secret pathway.
Take the secret pathway. They ride their bikes, whatever. We get there, and there's already someone playing
Is
on
it
half
the whole
court.
family?
What
Is it you, Crystal, and
yeah,
the two
yeah,
boys? Okay.
yeah. And then so there's someone playing on half the court, but no one playing on the other half.
Take the
So
other half.
we
How many
take-
people?
We take the other half. Just two guys.
Two guys.
Right. Two guys playing on the other.
Like a one-on-one?
So then and that's it. And no one else
There's
there.
no reason for them to ever go full court.
No.
Did you
no.
ask,
They-
though? Did you walk over and go like, hey?
We
nah.
we noticed that it was already
They were already-
separated.
yeah.
Like we're playing on this hoop, whatever. So like Crystal and Max started playing on that, and then me and Tommy we were playing some basketball. Or some football. And then so then this is going on for a good 10 minutes, right? And then I start seeing cars show up. And then so I'm watching this, and then like a car, two cars full of people came to play some hoops. All right, and they
Two
looked,
cars of people, and I mean, they was coming to play some hoops.
and they meant business because they were dressed in basketball
Shorts,
gear,
yeah.
and like they
Real
could
basketball
play.
high tops.
Yeah. So
The
the
correct sweat guards.
So I'm looking at this. So then they come over, they're stretching and stuff, and then I'm looking at Max, and Max is throwing the ball up, hitting the rim, hitting himself in the face.
yeah.
And
That's
then
what you got to do.
Crystal
you have to do
Granny's-
that for hours.
hours. You have to do that for hours.
Granny shooting with a blouse on, like with her
Playing in a blouse?
Yeah, with her realtor
bra straps
clothes.
are falling
Oh,
over.
my
Like
God.
she just came back from
you can
showing
see
a
the
house.
Sweat marks in her blouse.
She's got the flats on and a blouse.
Yeah.
And
Let me
then-
put on my Rothy's. Take off my heels.
And these guys are posted up on the bench, just waiting their turn, right? Like this is how I guess the rules of the courts go. That if someone's using it, you're waiting your turn.
Well, obviously, Max and Crystal were playing to a certain number, right? Like a game of 21 or a game of 15, or
Nah, they're just fucking around.
they're just fucking around, right? So
yeah, I knew that.
so this did not seem to concern Crystal at all, or Max, right?
So she didn't
Wait,
get
normally she's the real observant one.
Normally she would get that. She didn't get that anxiety that you get from other people watching you do something.
Or
Like,
she,
hurry it the fuck up.
Snooze, you lose. We got here first.
Well,
Pigment snoozer.
like
She was really working on her tomahawk dong, so she just couldn't focus.
Well, she was under the impression, I know this because I asked, that she got there first, so she's playing out her time, and then she's going to move on
I'll
after.
leave when I leave.
All right, Karen.
Good day. Don't you people have some barbecues to attend?
Oh, no.
Wait until my husband stands behind you, or me with my
With
gun.
his AR. I have my tiny shaky revolver.
So this is not
this
only
would make me so uncomfortable.
I'm getting more and more comfortable by
And
the
you're
second,
watching,
and I'm with
okay,
Tommy, and then
I can-
Tommy's getting
I
uncomfortable.
can paint this picture too. You're standing not far away, but far
Yeah.
enough away where you're tossing
We're
the
in
ball
the
to Tommy,
field.
but you can't even concentrate on tossing the ball to Tommy because you're looking over at her not paying attention. And you're like,
Yeah. Now, I'm not. This hasn't been going on for a while. This has gone on for 3 minutes. These guys, but
That's not long.
every second I watch them,
Yeah.
just
Feels like
stretch
an
already,
eternity.
and I'm like, this is probably their home court. They used to playing here a lot, and then you just got some lady and her kid fucking around. They just like, move on and let the real men play, right? Like that's what I'm thinking.
Public park.
Instantly, he's in White Men Can't Jump.
This isn't like somebody's apartment complex, right?
No,
okay.
no. This is
No, it's
I know they like to go to the
it's
playground.
somebody's private driveway.
Right.
He would never do
It's
that.
a playground.
He's playing
It's a public
football
park.
in somebody's
Okay.
yard, and they're shooting off of the.
But these guys know how to get down the secret path, so they.
Yeah.
It's a public park.
Well,
so I
nothing's
guess
a secret anymore.
So I'm
Not even the secret path.
That's
bro.
probably on fucking Yelp.
So then, now me and
2
Tommy,
stars.
I'm contemplating like just making my way to
You
the
should
other side of
throw
the
the
park.
football at Crystal to get her attention.
Yeah, well, I'm like, maybe I
Hit her
should
in
just
the
be
head.
like, well, fuck it, like me and my son are here. I'm a divorced dad. We're on the other side of the park. Like,
Wow. Restraining order, restraining order. 100 feet.
Because I don't want the group, just waiting for Crystal and Max
See,
to
this
be
is
done
the
to even
difference.
know that I'm with them.
I would have gone over to Andrea or texted her. I would have gone to my watch and been like, text Andrea. And then I would have been like, hey, I think those guys are waiting on the court.
So wrap it up.
Yeah.
So I did.
So come over here and we'll all play football.
Yeah.
So
You
I-
only have one option. You need to walk over to your wife, gather her, gather you 2 sons, walk over to these gentlemen, and say, play you guys for the court.
How long are you guys for, Lemon?
Double-handed dribbling. Great. And by the way, I'm watching these guys watch Crystal Max shoot, and like I said, Max throwing up a ball straight to the rim and bouncing back, hitting her in the head.
But that's how you
Granny
learn.
shooting.
You
I
gotta
know.
start somewhere.
I know. And so
if these guys were like rolling their eyes and being assholes, fuck them.
So then I.
By the way, they don't have a membership at the Y.
Yeah,
they
no,
don't
yeah,
have,
I know.
This
It's a
is
public park.
free ass fucking court.
Yeah. And so that's
So there is an element of fuck off to those guys.
So-
Certainly is.
And they weren't being mean, or they were
Okay,
just.
I'm
they
just
weren't.
checking.
They weren't saying anything. They were just waiting their turn patiently. But it
Okay,
was
so
causing.
they were being polite.
It was
That's
no.
good.
They were just.
And
waiting-
most people would, I think. I think most people.
But
would
they're
do.
also doing like sprints up and down, and
They're
then
giving
like
you the hints.
being
Yeah.
limber, like
The
practicing
2 guys
ghost
on the
jump
other
shot.
side, were they part of this group?
No, they're 2 guys on the other side didn't give 2 fucks. They got to the court first, and then
So they're
Yeah.
doing the same as Crystal
yeah,
and
yeah,
okay.
They don't
okay.
give and they
Well.
and but
You
but
could've-
they
you
they were
could've-
playing for real. Like they were
Right.
You
they
could
were-
have done this move, which you'll never do, but you could have done the. Now I've done this before, the preemptive move where you go, I don't know when they're leaving, but we just got here, man. Like put it on the other guys.
Well,
Oh, go,
Like where you go, like we
Oh.
just like you go. Are you guys waiting? Because we just
I
got
thought
here.
you were saying that he says that about Crystal and Max, and they're up next. Him and Tommy are up next.
No.
Like, we
I
got
mean,
dibs on the next.
Hey, that's pretty good too.
Yeah.
That's actually.
Well, that's how
I think I like yours better. Where you could have come over and said like, yeah, we were playing football, waiting on the score. You guys waiting too because we're in line.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure there is
You would
some
never do
sort
that.
of order. No. Like so now and it's only been 5, 6
No,
minutes.
but I know
or
what you're
whatever.
talking about. It feels like a fucking eternity in your mind.
And then so I go over to Crystal Max and I'm like, hey guys,
How long have they been playing?
They like 10 minutes, not that long.
You gotta let them
You
play,
gotta give half an
man.
hour, man. Half an hour.
Yeah, but now 10 minutes plus this 5 is like 15
Okay,
minutes
well,
or
you got
whatever.
15 more minutes.
But that seemed like an eternity to me with these guys.
There's
So,
a running theme in these opportunities that you have to speak your mind and you never do it.
speak my word.
To these guys, you got to be like, just nicely say like, or somebody
They
there.
didn't even say anything. They were
Yeah,
just.
you didn't have to
they-
say
like,
anything.
It was just
Now,
like.
see, that's a clue because these guys might be more conversant with the park than you are, and sometimes there's either posted or just unspoken rules, like if the court's full, whoever's on it has it for 30 minutes, and then you say something. Because I know there's tennis courts by my house with a big sign that says, this is public tennis court, you can come in and play, but if somebody else shows up, you got 30 minutes from when they show up, and then you have to turn
I've
the court
seen
over
that.
to them.
Well,
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, I mean.
That's how it is here, too. We've got courts over here, and then the ones over by, like, Katie Way. Like, those courts are the same way, too.
This is Casstleberry Park, so I'm pretty sure there's
well, you're going to have to
rules.
shoot.
No rules.
You're literally going to
There's
have
no
to go
rules
bare
posted.
knuckles. You're going to have to bare knuckles
So
for this.
I tell Crystal and Max, I'm like, hey, these people are waiting.
You're going to break Max's heart.
Yeah, well, Max is like, well, I want to play, and then Crystal's like, we got here first.
Hands on the head.
I support
and
the
then-
crow.
And she's like, I'm gonna play
Yes.
until Max doesn't want to, and then we'll move on,
Well,
and they
I mean,
can
that
wait their
might be
turn.
like 30 minutes.
Well, it's also getting dark too, which I'm like, these guys don't want to play in the dark. Like now, I'm worried about their game. I'm like,
Oh my God, you care more about their time than your son's
Well,
time?
I mean, he
what
also
is Max
cares-
and Crystal doing? They're
Yeah.
granny shooting, and then like,
But it
Max
doesn't
is
mean-
making 1 out of 20.
But it doesn't mean it doesn't matter.
Just be a true trash Casstleberry guy and get your own hoop at your house in your driveway.
Well, that's
Just
what
do it.
Crystal wants.
Fill it full of sand and
Yeah.
roll it out there.
You're worried, I don't want another piece of garbage that no one uses,
Plastic
like
shit
the,
filled
the,
with sand.
the
Yeah.
playground in our backyard. We're going to a playground. It sits in our backyard. and
You got that concrete pad.
spiders.
You got a great.
Spiders.
You got a great little area to shoot.
No. That the roof hangs over the neighbor. It's right. The ball will be over the neighbor's
Okay,
yard.
yeah.
Anyway, it also I told Chris, I was like, we get this hoop in our front yard or whatever. I drag it out there, put the cement in or whatever. They use it 2 times, and then it just sit. I've been hitting with my truck. He's drunk every goddamn other
Why
day.
are you driving drunk?
It's always about
Not
him.
just moving my car. But anyway, I'm like, all right. So then me and Tommy were like, what should we do? And we've done this before. We did a hang contest, where we go over to like.
I'm sorry?
We go over to the and running paths they have like exercise stations, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
they have like
They
a
have, like,
pull-up bar.
pull-up
Extra
bar.
trail.
Yeah. So then
Stop here and do some weird push-ups.
Yeah.
so
We've got 3 different levels of ground for you to do push-ups on.
Step up here and then push off of here and
a couple
whatever.
they have
Doesn't work.
The step up one is the best. It's literally just 3 logs.
Yeah, like I look at all that shit. I'm like, you just did this because you had a government money to waste. This shit doesn't do nothing.
There's one that's literally a balance beam.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is like goes down in an angle.
Yeah.
And then I look at the exercise and it's like jump over this. And I'm like, that's stupid. Like, that's not an exercise. Jump and then the picture is of a lady like hurtling it with her legs straight. Like she's jumping back and forth. I'm like, no one does this. Like, dude, who's
It was
doing
just a
this?
waste of money. They just all those trails, those exit trails, all of those are made up. Like it's like they'll put like 2 rigs and it's not even like you can't even do like what are those called? What are these called?
Dips.
Dips, yeah.
You can't even do fucking dips on them because it's too small.
The extra
Too small
trail,
for me.
the extra trail was a copyrighted thing, and a lot of the parks around town in Orlando had them, and they just got rid of them, most of them a few years ago. But if you looked at the extra trail sign, it says copyright 1976 at the fucking bottom of it. They were old
I got
as shit.
46 years
It
old.
was so fucking
That's
old.
my age.
Putting 1976
Yeah.
exercises.
Yeah. Well, they put them out in 1966. They just never did anything about it. Like some of the parks they've redone. The one by my house is real nice now. They got little
Anyway,
sections.
we go to the pull-up bars.
It's got a little fucking bicycle you can ride at the
No,
park.
no,
It's
no,
crazy.
it's-
Oh, yeah, I like
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
I like
But
that
it's
one.
like it was a steampunk
Yeah, there's-
bicycle.
Yeah.
It's rusted.
But it's built to last 200 years. So like you
It's hardy. Yeah,
yeah,
it's very
it's
hardy.
grinding. It's been sitting out in the rain for years.
And I don't know if they did like a height survey around me, but they've got pull-up bars that like I can reach and like put my wrists over.
Right.
It's too short
Yeah,
to pull
everything
up from.
is too short.
It's
They
fucking
had
crazy.
to do that for. I think they had to do a lot of it for like
Safety.
Yeah, well, for accessibility to people and to allow everyone to be able to use it.
Yeah.
Maybe
you
they
know?
think there's kids using these dumb playgrounds.
So there's 2 pull-up bars, and then we've done this before where I time how long we could dead hang, and then see who's a winner. And then in the past, like,
What do you count? 1 Jack Daniels? 2 Jack Daniels?
Yeah.
well, I got a
Well,
stopwatch on my
normally
phone.
you would win, I would imagine, because your grip's probably better.
That's and I've beat my son.
But he's lighter.
Yeah.
Every physical contest ever up until yesterday.
Yeah.
Stick bug, stick bug.
And-
stick bug. He did it.
And I was stopwatching Stickbug, and he dead hung for
One-handed eating a hot dog.
3 minutes and 15 seconds.
That's dope.
And when I saw him do it, I was like, "That's long," but I'm like, "I could do that." I mean, it didn't seem hard to him.
yeah,
Like he's
it's
just
real
hanging there.
hard.
And if I don't know when the last time you dead hung from something, like I got to a minute and a half, and I was like, "Yeah!" like it was the most pain. My entire upper body went numb.
Did it
and
have anything to do with your carpal tunnel or the
I don't
problem
know.
you have with your
Well,
hand?
that's what I was thinking. I was like, "Is this
My grip strength is terrible.
extra hard for me, or is it hard to hang from play?" Because it was hard as I couldn't. I barely got to 2 minutes, and I was like, "Well, you're fucking way better at this than me." It was like the first
He
time
must
my
have
son.
loved that.
I felt old, and I felt like a
Oh.
failure.
Oh my God.
Well, just because.
God damn.
Like how can he be that much better than me? A minute and a half.
Well, he's younger
Or-
and newer, and his hands, like you
He's probably
complain
on the
about.
monkey bars a lot.
Yeah, you
like,
also complain about your hands going numb.
Tom, you got so much marbling compared to him. Like he's just hanging there.
Yeah.
There's nothing to
He's
him.
lean
Seems
and
easier.
he's light.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He's made of balsa wood.
And fresh muscles in these hands. Like my hands, when I wake up in the morning, my hands ache.
You got bad hands too, man.
Yeah.
well,
Dude, he's never crashed a dirt bike into a stack of cardboard boxes ever.
Absolutely true.
whole time dead hanging, I'm staring at the guys practicing the crystal grand shooting.
That probably threw you off.
Yeah.
That probably threw you off.
Yeah. Finally, the guy. But I was like, by the time the guys started playing, it was dusk already. Like it was a
Is this
fucking
court
sunset.
unlit?
no
Oh,
lights.
sorry.
They're all
They for
knocked out with
sure
rocks.
We're mad that.
Well, hey, this is your thing now.
Get
But
there
right.
earlier.
But
Yeah.
what is the court etiquette?
I would say
You got a half an hour.
if somebody shows up, you got a half an hour.
Okay, I mean, is that
Or if you're in the middle of a game, you finish the game.
Right.
Yeah.
okay,
would-
and then
that
when
would
the
be
game
fair.
is done,
That
is
would
it
be
like
fair.
a pool game where you put a quarter down and the next game you have to be playing a game? You can't just be practicing for unlimited amount of time.
No, public park, you got that hoop, dude.
Yeah.
You're there, you're just practicing threes or whatever. That's your hoop for however long you're willing to stay
I
out.
never-
Is it however long? And then the people that
Unless
are
it's signed, unless there's a sign that says 30 minutes or whatever, I'd be
I think
like,
he's saying unwritten.
An unwritten rule.
yeah, like I'm
I
wondering
would
what
say
the
give it a
guys
half an hour at the max.
half an
man.
hour. Okay, all right.
I mean,
It's-
unless you're in finish or
Yeah,
at least
finish
finish
a
a
game
game.
or-
I
how
thought
long are you willing to stone face these motherfuckers? That's what it boils down to.
I thought it
Apparently 1.5 minutes.
it had to do with something like how serious are
Just
you?
get the hoop at your
I mean,
house.
but how do you even?
If Max
I
is
mean,
showing
like,
interest,
then
he'll
you're
play
gonna
with
have
it.
people that are like, if some guy shows up and there's already serious guys on the court, and then other guys show up and like, we're more serious. I'm sorry, you have to leave now. I mean, how do you
Right.
how do you measure
well,
How
that?
do you
some
gauge
obvious
seriousness?
like the
Like your socks are more legit, so I
Maybe
guess
you-
you get it.
Maybe you look up and there's 12 guys waiting for a hoop that one little kid is using. Maybe like make the
Yeah,
decision.
yeah,
okay,
all right,
they
yeah.
could put more
So
to
common sense?
use.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
maybe.
all right. I hate common sense. So all right. I know we got a bunch of things to talk about.
Yeah, we got a bunch of
Was
little
that a
things.
confrontation of the week? I feel like Tom did confrontation of the week.
No, he didn't.
No,
He doesn't
no,
confront
he-
anybody,
he
though.
didn't.
That's the
This is
problem.
the thing.
Hey,
He's
he
the-
walked up to his wife and said something.
He's the exact opposite of that. You know?
no.
I mean,
Yeah, but
It's the Tom shame of the week.
because
Got beat by his son and
it is
which hurt worse? Watching them.
My son beat me. Because it's a sign of times.
By the way, send
A sign of time.
Tom at tomanddan.com. Send him a video of yourself hanging 4 minutes or longer, and he'll send you a koozie.
Put it
There's
in the
no
group.
fat dad that could hang longer than 3
Put out the
minutes.
challenge. Put
I
out
love
the
it when you
challenge.
say nobody can do it. Because some guy that weighs 350 pounds will hang for 5 fucking minutes just to prove you wrong. It's amazing.
Please post these
Put
videos
it on the
with me.
BDM page. I'll give you a free BDM shirt.
No!
I'll get if you can.
Why would you say that?
I want the full.
Don't talk about our emergencies.
If you can beat,
I will give you 5 of the $5 shirts.
no, not 5. No. 1. And then you have to be a fat dad. You can't be some workout dad.
How much overweight? Mega obese?
You got to put
obese?
a limit on it, or people are gonna post everywhere.
How about it's I'm trying to think of a way to make it like time and weight dependent. Like if you're skinny, 5 minutes, and if you're fat, like 3.
There's got to be an equation.
No, you got to beat Tommy's time. 3 minutes, 15 seconds, dead hang.
That's a lot.
And you have to weigh how much? Let's say you have to weigh a minimum of 175 pounds.
You have to be a dad of at least 2 kids.
This is fair. This is fair.
Because one kid, I feel like you could get your workout back and you get back into shape.
You didn't have the baby.
This is the Tom Van challenge. Tom Van is the dad of 2 kids.
And you have to be over 40 years old.
Okay.
And if you can hang for over 3 minutes and 50 seconds,
you get a free
medium shirt.
Medium shirt.
And you get to be Tom Van for a day.
Oh my God. Nobody wants that.
All right.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. You want to take a break?
Let's do a quick break, and then we'll come back. Ross, you got a confrontation or some news?
It's been a quiet week. We got some news.
Okay, we'll do some news.
Right.
I want to talk to Ross about some coyotes that are. Dude, it killed my neighbor's cat last night.
No.
Oh, I thought you were getting a new nanny.
No,
God, you just told me all of his cats were fine.
Well, that's the first
Not
thing.
until last night.
Last night
my
we heard
God.
a stampede through my plants, like, and then we're like, "What is that?" Like this was at midnight last night.
You are the Duttons.
Crystal,
Casstleberry Duttons.
Crystal ran outside and whatever, and she talked
In her
to-
90? Did she have a shotgun? I hope she had a shotgun. Did she run outside with a shotgun?
Well, she ran out with her cell phone light, and then I'm like, "What
With
do
her
you?"
titties shaking around?
Yeah,
Andrew does it.
yeah.
Andrew will take the dogs out with her titties shaking around. I'm like, I like that.
And then I'm like, "What do you think?" I mean, if the coyote obviously ran away, but the gate wasn't open, so I was like, "Did it jump
she
our
find the
gate?"
cat? Did Crystal find the cat? Oh my God, that's gonna be traumatizing for her.
The neighbor said one of my cats is missing because he, I guess, counts
Well,
them
that
every
doesn't
morning.
mean he's dead.
Yeah, but
Let's hold out hope. Let's hold out hope.
Yeah, but this
He's
thing
dead.
was
He's
chasing full speed. So on
I got the video loaded.
Okay, on a
so.
Ring doorbell, we saw a coyote.
Unpopular opinion: if that cat's outside, it's not your cat.
It's a coyote's cat.
All right. Closer to you than God. So the name of the band is Webbed Wing. The name of the song is Medication. We'll be back with more Mediocre Time right after this. 1-844-TOMNDAN show at tomanddan.com for last minute emails.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Squirt. Squirt who? Squirt is P. You dumb rednecks.
Right about now, you are listening to the incredible
A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan, who kindly remind you that squirt is P.
In the past I was left for dead. They were wiping out the path I was yet to tread. If I'm in beef, don't worry your little precious head. And if you request backup, I have to decline. No one had my back, it would shatter your spine. I don't have a lie, I ain't grabbing a pint. Staying sober so I keep track of my lies. Here's a wiretap to the back of my mind. I just mind the gap when the panic arrives. Avoid matters if they don't matter to mine. Is that a crime? Why is this so? Why? Greetings with pride, I've tragic goodbyes. If I don't feel alive, I don't give a damn if he dies. In fact, look into his eyes for vanishing light. Oh, that's kinda dark. Why is this so? Laugh at trauma, laugh at trauma. Part personality, part disorder. Too much time out in the darkest corner. That's all I thought of. Why is this so? I don't know, that's just all I thought of.
Freestyle, buddy? Yeah. Do it British.
Well, I was about to do it.
Oh, where are you going to do it? Yeah, well, the music ends there anyway. Hey, welcome back to Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
That's Alpha Mist. The name of the song is 4th Feb, Stay Awake. I like that kind of old boom bap rap.
Yeah.
It's called Stay Awake?
Yeah.
This song almost put the whole room to
I
sleep.
know. It's chill. It's chill. It's very chill.
Far Side.
Yeah. It's got that kind of a vibe. Are we doing confrontations? What are we doing here?
News. Let's do
News. Hold on. Let me find the right thing. All right. Oh, still playing.
We're
that.
back.
Oh, hold on. Oh my God. What's happening? Here it is.
Ross's piece of shit news.
Ross's News brought to you by the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go, just call Mo.
Also, if you guys are out at MegaCon this weekend, go say what's up to Eric Pabone. He is at booth A174, and he's got some Tom and Dan stuff.
There you go.
A174?
Yeah.
If you're injured on the go on the way to MegaCon, hit by some motherfucker in a Pikachu costume.
There you go.
Call him up.
There you go.
You guys, LaGrange, Georgia, Dateline. That's where I went to high school.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Terrible fucking town. Terrible town. If you still live there, get the hell out. Basically talking to my sister, I think.
Is it North Georgia? What are we talking about?
No, it is extreme West Georgia. Like where I grew up, like we'd go out to the main road, and the main road either went into town to the Winn-Dixie or to the left to Alabama.
I just Googled it, and the first thing that popped up is the Biblical History Center.
That's a great spot. That's a great spot.
When you're in between Winn-Dixie and Alabama, you're doing bad.
Yeah,
rough time.
That's what I call my tank. Right in between Winn-Dixie and Alabama.
LaGrange College is like a religious college, I believe. And yeah, that doesn't surprise me that they're there. So LaGrange, it's a city. I'm going to say, I don't know, like what's a small town? Like 20,000 people? It's a small town. Not a lot of people, which is surprising. They recently suffered a tornado. A lot of tornadoes past couple weeks in the southeast.
Yeah, scary shit. Now with everybody having Ring doorbells and like so much surveillance, like you see some crazy tornado.
I'm gonna say something insensitive because I'm sure that we have listeners that have been through tornadoes. I want to go through a tornado. I've never been through one. I've been through a hurricane. I didn't say I wanted to die in one. I just want to see one.
Yeah.
I've seen a water spout on a cruise ship. I was with Campmeyer. I was up on stupid Campmeyer's. He had one of the better rooms that had the mega balconies that wrap around the entire ship. Oh, yeah. You know? And we were able to go navigate both sides. And when we went from the the left side of the boat, I'm going to fuck that all up to the right side.
Port to starboard.
Yeah, port to starboard. Then. And then we looked to the right, there was a cloud, and then way in the distance, you could see the water spout coming down. It was awesome.
That's cool.
But water spouts, I believe, like I've seen videos of water spouts like come from the water onto the beach, and then people are just standing there like, like it's not
really. They're like,
I believe
treasure trove.
Water spouts aren't that powerful. They're not like a tornado that can suck a goddamn house up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I don't know.
Because on land, you also have the same situation with like a dust devil. I've seen dust devils before, where like a big whirly air structure kind of.
I've only seen the ones you see like in a Publix parking lot, like blowing around like a Mars bar or something.
Like, and you see these tornadoes that were going through the storm systems, and they're just sucking up houses and barns and anything like structures and destroying them to nothing.
But I like to think that only happens to old barns. I like to think that it would go right over my house, and I'd be like, maybe blow the windows out. But I go, wow, well, that was an experience.
If you had a block house, it'd only probably take the roof off, right?
I mean, it depends if the big bad wolf is inflicting any previous damage or not.
Sorry. What happened with these tornadoes?
Couple tornadoes in LaGrange. Again, small town, shitty town. Nothing going on. We went to Columbus, Georgia for fun. If that tells you fucking anything.
Columbus.
This tornado in LaGrange set loose 2 tigers.
What?
Yeah.
Like someone had tigers?
It damaged Pine Mountain Safari, which I don't even think we had.
We were just talking about, is this a drive-through safari?
I guess, I don't think we had this in LaGrange when
What
I was
are the
a
odds?
kid.
We were just talking about all these drive-through safaris.
Several animal enclosures breached. 2 tigers briefly escaped, and in a fucking amazing turn of events for South Georgia, recaptured safely. They got the tigers back.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd they do that? I mean,
they didn't send some redneck with a 30-06 out to fucking shoot them for a change.
I'm truly surprised, though, that they didn't get shot.
I was startled because my sister texted me the day it happened. She's like, hey, guess what? I was like, what? She's like, a tiger got set loose in that hurricane, or in that tornado. I was like, no shit. And she's like, yeah. And then another tiger also got loose. I was like, that's 2 more tigers than I would have fucking figured for LaGrange.
Also, if I know Georgia police, they would love to shoot a tiger.
If you're a hunter, any type of hunt, if you're out there, trying to shoot deer or something on your hogs on your property or whatever, and then a tiger walks by, you're going to be like, I got to have to kill that, right? You're not going to call the authorities. You're going to shoot it.
Did they tranquilize it or something?
No, it says here the tigers surrendered. They came and turned themselves in. Yeah, they used the fucking tranquilizer.
I don't know. It says here the tigers actually called. They got a negotiator out there.
I was going to say, like maybe a trap with a stake in it. I've seen the cartoons.
It's actually a refrigerator box.
Dude, I would be more surprised if they had a tiger trap than there were tigers.
We all know how tigers will fuck you up big time. I mean, they'll kill you
I don't know.
easily.
I've never seen a tiger do anything. Like I've only seen the videos of just the tiger sitting there.
Dude, I mean that one lady from Tiger King got her arm ripped off, and there's been a bunch of attacks in that place.
And then what about Siegfried and Roy?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was really sad.
You know why a tiger beats a lion in a fight?
Is this a joke?
I
just like, am I learning something here? What's happening?
I'm trying to think of a joke. I failed you, Dan. I failed you. No, a tiger, lion's got to keep one hand planted. So lion's fighting the tiger. He's lefty or righty, basically. Tiger will go up on his back paws and fucking bitch slap both sides of that lion's face.
Really?
Why is that? Why is that? So lions are more grounded.
Well, because
hold on, what was that? Oh, there it is.
And I'm not sure what it is in like the tiger world, but in the lion world, all lions do is fight other lions. The female lions go and hunt for the food and bring it back, right? And then the male lions just fight other male lions
to be the best.
To be the best.
Is what I feel like we should do.
But does that work like that in the tiger world as well? Where the male tiger kind of sits back.
What's it like in tiger world, Ross?
All right.
I'm pretty sure in every world in the animal kingdom except for human beings, it is like basically whoever beats the shit out of the littler guy to get the supremacy to mate.
I'm the littler guy. I get the shit beat out of me all the time.
What's the next one, Ross?
All right, let's go to Spain, Tom. Crystal might want to chime in on this one. Spain planning to build the first ever octopus farm. People love eating octopus, of course, but previous to this, they were like too smart to breed in captivity, and they need like too delicate of conditions to like breed, basically. And so Spain thinks they've figured it out. They're gonna they've got a method they think they can use the word like all but 10% of these octopuses will make it to market, basically. And critics are calling
like a goddamn octopus farm in here.
Critics are calling it unnecessarily cruel.
Well,
God, we can't do anything anymore.
Okay.
You know, you can't breed things, you can't abuse things, you can't shoot things.
Can I make an argument that we should stop eating octopus? Right? I'm like, and
Juan's been on that for a while.
What's Juan's take?
You're
on
too
it?
smart.
Yeah, and that Crystal tells me like she talks to me all the time about this, which I don't care either way. Like, whatever. But she's like, they're too smart. They're one of the smartest.
I don't care if they're
animals
smart.
in the world. They
so
dream.
Pigs.
I don't care if octopus
they're smarter than pigs.
are smart. The rings of calamari for squid are pretty tasty. The other parts of the squid are pretty gross looking.
Now, what level of intelligence are we willing to assign octopuses? Because
we char it, right? Don't we char it?
I had a level of what I thought, and then this article gave me something, and it was surprising to me.
Well,
I know they can get out of a peanut butter jar.
Dude, I watched
that video.
They can escape like
Dan,
anywhere.
I need to go to the beach with you.
They can fit through any opening the size of their beak, right?
I don't know why you turned into an Italian guy to say that.
They can squeeze the opening the size of their beak.
I was doing the beak.
You're doing the soccer thing. The soccer thing.
You motherfuckers.
We're having fun today.
No, but why? Okay, let's just say pigs, right? If like pigs are smart too. But,
why are we talking about police now? I don't get it.
But all the products of a pig, I would argue, are too good not to be eaten, and the octopus
it's not that good.
Is not that good.
Yeah,
come on,
I eat it.
It's not
fine,
that good,
but it's not that good.
You
It's
can't even
chewy.
look at it.
It's kind of rubbery. You
no
burned it
thanks.
with a blowtorch.
Shrimp are better, right?
Shrimp
are better.
Yeah.
Lobsters are better.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
And they're dumb. Like lobster, dumb. Like whatever. Like there may be some studies that there's some smart, but they're stupid. I've seen them in the wild.
There's some things I don't think we need to do anymore. Whole fish, when they bring you a plate and it's got the whole fish with eyeball, you don't need that.
But it's like because octopus are so smart. I feel like they're not that good.
No, their intelligence has nothing to do with me not wanting to kill them.
But let's just stop eating them.
I just think it's kind of gross.
You don't like them. 350,000 tons of octopus every year caught.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Jesus.
Is it mostly Asian people eating octopus?
This is in Spain, so unless they're like exploiting a market that they know about, I would think Europe's into it too.
Italy. A lot of, right?
France. I would think France would eat some
likes a
fucking.
lot of it.
On the scale, what of smartness? What
would you assign to an octopus? How smart do you think it is?
To them,
give us an animal.
I would assign
think.
at least 3 of our clients to the octopus, and I would say you need to spin these plates, octopus. You need to send some emails. You need to find out what shows are coming to the bar.
Like what?
Dumbest fucking cephalopod I've ever met in my life. No.
Did you say cephalopod?
Cephalopod.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I was like, you are accurate. He is the dumbest cephalopod.
Are you talking about what animal?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about
like
pigs.
from let's say bacteria to man. Where do you put an octopus?
So
and I have a BBC article that assigns an animal ranking to an octopus.
Then you go like all like chimpanzee and like
then
primates.
humanzee. You got to do humanzee.
And then dolphin. I feel like maybe I would assign them a step below dolphin, a step above pig.
Okay.
I'd go right above Boo, the world's cutest dog, who passed away.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Boo passed away.
See?
2019.
Well, because of your reaction, I'm going to say that they're the smartest animal.
I think that's a good guess.
Well, we're the smartest animal.
Well, besides you.
Besides us.
Are we, Tom? Are we?
Yeah, can you squeeze
I don't
through?
know, man.
Can you squeeze through a hole the size of your beak? You can.
I wish I could.
I wish I could too.
This BBC article says they're
I
smart.
got a big beak.
They're as smart as a cat. They
No,
assign
I
them,
hate cats.
Oh,
They assign them
what the-
cat
My
level
cat's an
intelligence.
idiot.
Oh, they're only as smart as a cat?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
kill 'em
damn.
all.
Would an octopus, if I had a laser
you say
pointer,
kill 'em all?
would it start slapping its suckers on the like on the laser pointer?
Hold on. Crystal was trying to sell to me that they were like so high up there.
Oh my
That's what they
God.
fucking say, right? 'Cause-
Octopuses are so
Yeah.
smart; they're almost like science.
She's like, I saw a video of them dreaming and they were changing
Oh
colors.
my God! I've seen that video.
I'm like, does that mean they're smart?
No, there's all kinds of colors in my dream.
Also, they're dreaming and they're changing colors. They're screwing up their camouflage. They'll be eaten. How smart are they? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you let your guard down while you're dreaming, you're
Yeah,
stupid.
that's a bad design.
I don't dream at all.
yeah, but
Reach
these-
your hand behind your head, you put your finger on the trigger, and you sleep with a gun in your hand.
this octopus doesn't eat any edibles though. So
yeah. So,
yeah, I would have gone in saying octopus. I thought octopus they said were like just under people in
Yeah, I
terms
thought they
of
were like
intelligence.
supposed to be
That
genius.
turns out that's bullshit.
And remember that video everybody would share? They'd be like, "Oh, look at this octopus! They put him in a jar, and look, he can unscrew the
Who's
jar from the inside."
Putting out this octopus propaganda.
you know,
Yeah.
it's because of that Netflix documentary, Octopus Teacher.
Yeah,
where,
but-
Yes.
where people didn't watch it. They just saw Octopus Teacher and they thought that the
No,
octopus
because
was the
people
teacher.
felt. I heard that they were smart way before that thing ever
No.
came out.
Yeah, but there's
The
been a bunch of
intelligence of-
propaganda for
Yeah,
Octopus
like
lately.
Dr. Octopus. That like
Yes,
this
Doc Ock.
this octopus has gone to college and attained a higher degree of education.
They're teachers and doctors.
Jesus Christ.
And they have shitty haircuts.
And the beak thing. It just shows how stupid we are.
Exactly.
Dude, if somebody has a Spider-Man comic with Dr. Octopus saying I can fit through any hole smaller than my beak, I'll buy it from you right now.
So I want like from that octopus documentary or whatever. Apparently, like once they breed, then immediately they die, like giving all
Yeah,
their
that's what happened to
energy- all their energy to their offspring.
Yeah.
And so is that is that
And
Ohio?
they can't even hang from a bar for 1 minute after that.
My suckers.
Just switch tentacles.
But is that why it's super hard to breed them? Probably is like just they will not do it
Well,
in
it's
captivity?
the same old. It's an ocean creature, so it's used to having literally billions of gallons of water at its disposal. Now you're going to cram it into a 100-gallon tank with 15 other fucking
Right.
octopuses,
Yeah.
and only a certain amount of them are going to make it because
Right.
one of them's going to go fucking crazy and beat the shit out of another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what
The
they do? Do they
territorial-
beak each other?
I'm imagining you got
They
to
ink. They're the inkers.
you
right?
got to figure it's all the
squid.
tentacles are
Oh,
evenly
squid have
matched.
ink?
I think.
I
They got
always,
ink, too,
I
I
always
think.
mix
I
up
don't know.
squid and octopus because both of them to me are disgusting
Yes,
and weird.
very gross.
I've never been into it. I don't eat it.
Mm-mm,
You
me
know,
either.
I'll pick at calamari, but just the rings, not the ones that look like the prawns. The ones that look
The
like
suckers.
the sprouts.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
when
yeah.
you get squid, like when you get calamari, you'll get the rings lightly battered. You know,
Okay,
you
oh,
dip
yeah,
those,
yeah.
but then you'll get these other things that look like old man hairs growing out of your
Ugh,
ears,
wanna
like these
throw up.
sprongs.
Like a squid.
They're horrible.
A squid is fine to eat. I feel like a squid is less than an octopus.
Yeah,
but
a squid's like a big fat scallop.
yeah. But the
Or something.
octopus, like because of it,
It's beak. It's the beak.
and it could change color. Squids have beaks too, though.
Do they?
Yeah,
I've never
yeah,
seen
yeah.
a squid's beak.
Um,
Too many beaks underwater. Beaks are for the sky.
There's also some like video. Have you ever seen that video of that giant squid that just sits there underwater like an alien? That they
No.
and then
We should kill it.
dude. It looks like a fucking alien.
Yeah, there's big ass squids down there.
And it doesn't. It's not like the traditional. Look up giant squid underwater.
I think you James Cameron. I think caught one in like the when he did that deep dive into the Marianas Trench
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
He caught like a really weird squid that kind of went viral for a while.
I saw it on TikTok where there was this
Your goddamn algorithm.
giant and it was something I've seen the one that like everybody's seen like it just looks like a giant version of a regular squid. This
Right.
one looked like some sci-fi movie, and it was just
had
hanging there.
long, spindly tendrils.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
from a Cameron deep
There was
dive
that.
into-
Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
It looked nuts. And then like this shit is just floating around down here.
And we usually don't see them because they're so deep,
Yeah.
but they'll wash up every once in a while. Like I think recently, like some guys in Antarctica just pulled one up, and it came up to the surface for whatever they caught it or whatever, and it was as long as their fucking boat.
They're disgusting.
Do they eat it? They probably eat it, right? Because there's a giant squid.
No. Just like DJ
Is
Khaled.
it the vampire squid?
It may be, yeah. It looks crazy.
Vampire
right?
squid.
Yeah.
You have to imagine these guys are fishermen. They probably eat like whatever, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, it had to be
This
the
shit
first thought. They
creeps
had
me out.
giant squid soup that night for dinner. Yeah.
Yeah, they eat all the crazy shit, and then they got all those crazy things you have to do if you're like the new guy on the boat. They're like, "Oh, suck the shit out of its ass. You gotta suck the shit out of the
Yeah,
squid's
yeah.
ass, and then you gotta stick it in your ass."
It's-
What the greenhorns do.
Boat guys have weird traditions.
Yeah, they
it's true.
do.
Yeah.
And it's
Now
all,
bring a banana on here.
I feel
They
like
get all mad.
there's some part of like eating the squid and the octopus, and you know the one like people will eat it still alive, or they'll put the soy sauce and it'll cause the muscles to contract and it
Contract,
looks
yeah.
like it's alive, and they'll
Yeah.
eat it. I feel like you
Just
can't.
stop that.
That's
Just stop doing that.
That's fear factor. That's Jack. You're just doing a stunt,
Yeah, just
right?
stop.
You don't actually enjoy
It's not good.
eating a fucking squid. You know,
No,
like fucking
I'm with
gross.
you. Yeah,
Anyway, I'm sorry.
I'm with you.
Right?
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Like, if you gave them a lie detector and you're like, do you really find this delicious? They're doing it
I've been
to show how
I've been
tough they
eating
are.
with people before, like business meetings and stuff, and the person will eat it like, oh my god, the taste is just it's just so unique. I'm like, you're fucking
Right.
You're just doing that
To
because
show
you,
you're tougher
you
than
think
everybody.
You're cool, and you're not tougher. It makes you an idiot because
And-
you'll have diarrhea later.
If you are eating something alive and it does taste better to you, you're a sociopath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
But maybe
life
it does,
gives things
though.
flavor, there's something wrong with your
Yeah,
brain.
I think you're
Yeah,
right.
uh-huh.
All right, next
all
one. What do you got?
All right, guys, who's your favorite Fuji?
Proswell.
Really? Oh, I would have bet the farm. Nobody would have said Pros. This is a story about Pros.
Proswell's
I started looking into this
I
after.
heard about it. Crystal told me about
Ghetto
this. I thought it was
Superstar, Ghetto Superstar, underrated song. Like, it was huge. His solo album was very good. I enjoyed it.
When Crystal read me this or told me this, I was like, "Are you in your parlor account again?" Like, I thought it was just some
Wow.
fucking bullshit.
No, this is
like,
a-
He had
This
that
is a
line,
BBC
remember? He was
article.
like, too many MCs, not enough mine.
Yeah, great song.
Yeah, man. What a good... He was great.
I like this article came out like yesterday or something. I was just talking to my kid about Pros because remember Rolex Enforcer? Rolex Enforcer
Yes.
would always bring up Pros as having one of the best watch collections in the fucking world.
Yeah, he's legit.
When if you guys are not familiar, Rolex Enforcer was this guy on Instagram before they instituted super strict bullying rules. He'd bust rappers for having fake watches.
Oh, they shut him down.
They shut him down
so
for,
long
for
ago.
bullying. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
long time ago.
Yeah.
Well, is it really bullying when you're like, this watch is fake?
He was really mean about it.
He
though.
was
Yeah.
the
Aggressive.
best about it. It was
Yeah.
amazing. It was a great thing.
And
But
he wouldn't let it go, and he just hound him.
But they literally made the bullying laws rules for Instagram so strict that he couldn't even say like this guy just has a fake watch. Like people would report him for bullying, and he'd get his account shut down for 2 fucking weeks. So he had to stop doing it.
Oh, that sucks.
But he would bring up Pros as having like one of the world's best watch collections pretty frequently, and it turns out that might be because he's in trouble for allegedly stealing upwards of $100 million from what the BBC is describing as a fugitive tycoon. This guy, Zhou Lo, a Malaysian businessman, accused of stealing approximately $4 billion from Malaysia. He's now on the run, presumably in China, with upwards again of $4 billion. And at some point, he got into this thing where like he was using money to get access to celebrity, and Pros is like, I'll take some of that money. And so Pros got they're saying somewhere in the neighborhood of $100 million from this guy.
Lord.
And one of the things that he was supposed to do was help him get a golf game with Donald Trump. So Trump's roped into it too.
There's a lot of celebrities.
Yeah.
that
Are they
involved.
accusing him of being
Leonardo
some sort of
DiCaprio.
spy?
I know
Oh.
the Leo one.
And
yeah.
making illegal contributions to Obama too. So they were hitting both sides of the
that's
fence.
right,
yeah, it was both.
You're right, Sam. Leonardo DiCaprio could be called in to testify. Rudy Giuliani. It goes a lot of places.
Oh, yeah.
So Praz
yep.
was the go-between with this guy, and this guy was paying Praz to be kind of his liaison into the celebrity world.
That's what it sounds like.
But
I
don't
think it was just him, though.
No.
I think he was...
No, yeah, he was just among other people.
Yeah. But what was this guy stealing from? Like, where was he taking the money?
The Malaysian country sovereign wealth fund, whatever that is. Malaysia had this. They had this money socked away, and this guy had access to it, and he was stealing the fuck out of it. If you want to Google it, it's the 1MDB scandal, considered the world's biggest financial crime.
No shit.
Wow, man. Proswell.
So this guy
Praz.
was basically embezzling
from Malaysia itself,
from the country Malaysia.
Yeah.
And somehow,
as a single human being, got a hold of $4 billion of its dollars. Yeah.
Was he some sort of representative in the United States for Malaysia? Like, how the hell it was just some businessman that had ties? Or
you could never do this if money was real, but
what
we're talking about is fiat currency. It's just a government saying this money is worth money, and that's the only thing you have to back.
So they're backing.
He couldn't steal. He couldn't steal $4 billion worth of gold. Physically impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is because fiat currency is all made up. He had some kind of access code to an account that let him send it to another account. He only has the code to it, and so he has $4 billion fucking dollars.
And they
in his
can't
pocket.
find him?
He's on the run. They're pretty sure he's in China, because where else the fuck are you gonna go? And so they think he's in China on the run.
That's crazy.
And so then he was also somehow trying to embezzle money from celebrities.
No, he was trying to get access. So he would like go to Praz, and Praz would say, I know Trump. I could get a golf game with Trump. And he thought somehow like Trump could maybe pardon him or something. He thought if he got enmeshed enough into like American society, they could protect him from Malaysian extraction
Perfect
or whatever.
crime at that point.
He was
right?
trying to use his money to get away with his crime.
And Praz is now being hunted down because of
this
his
is speculation, of course. Nobody knows for a fact. But Praz was like, "There's money involved. Yeah, I could do that shit." And even in some of these articles, some of the sources are quoted saying like, the music shit started drying up for him. Like Lauryn Hill went on to make the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill and fucking
yeah.
And then there was the Carnival. Wyclef made the Carnival.
He's made multiple albums.
The Praz shit really didn't hit like that
it didn't
afterwards. So like to keep the watches flowing, he had to find something to do. And it turns out this guy had a lot of money for him.
And Praz is also on the run.
No, Praz is
him.
in court for it. He's like they got him.
Okay, so
he's facing like 22 years.
I guess from what I read, he was cooperating as best he could to try and save his ass.
There's a certain element when I hear some of these stories of where I kind of feel bad for celebrities and sports stars and anybody who gets into like some sort of nefarious relationship with someone that is embezzling money or like
normally your entourage or somebody in your crew.
Even that like crypto guy that the whole crypto scam with Brady and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like you get to a certain level of celebrity and then there's just tons of rich dudes. And I know like I've been around rich dudes where they like you don't really, because they're rich and because they're in a certain like around celebrities or at the parties you're at or whatever, you just assume that they're rich and powerful for some reason. There's so many of them, and then they use their wealth to be around celebrities, right?
Sure.
And then they start, and you're an entertainer, right? So you from this world, and they're from the business world of stocks, and they have relationships with countries, and like you have no idea. You're like you're just a rapper or whatever you play football, and then some guy like who could be a con artist, right? Like you're fucking Epstein's.
Some of them
this
are.
guy bought a Ferrari for Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, and then they throw around.
He would just give gifts to these celebrities,
and
in a way to try and meet other celebrities.
It's the Bernie Madoff. Like if you are an insanely rich person, that is almost your fucking card to legitimacy. It's like, well, this guy has a
There's
yacht.
A validation there.
Yeah, it's like he must have got this money somewhere. Like he must be legitimate. And then they talk you into something or like, hey, can you help me out with this? You're like, oh, okay. And then all of a sudden some shit goes down and you're like, well, Praz is involved, Brady's involved. You know, like they start looking and you're like,
I was just connecting people to other people. And I didn't know that.
I'm wondering how much do they actually know that they're doing wrong? You know, like are they cognizant that what they're doing is super illegal?
Some are, but doesn't that seem pretty apparent when you see these, like whether or not you thought the person knew what was going on? Sometimes it does.
Yeah,
if you don't ask enough questions to figure out whether or not it's wrong or not, that's if some guy comes to you, he's like, "I got $1 million for you. All you have to do is get me a golf game with Donald Trump." If you don't ask questions like, "Why? What? Why am I?
Why can't you? If you have a
why
do you need exactly.
Me? Why do you need
what's
this?
What's in it for me? Like, what's in it for you?
Well,
but
the thing is, I always put myself in their shoes where I would be like, well, this is how business is done. I think like people are trying to.
So you only have business empathy. You have no empathy in your real life.
Daddy cares more about money than your health.
So you would do it.
No.
Like you wouldn't even ask any questions, and you would jeopardize everything that we have just because you thought that's the way business goes.
Well, let me tell you about our emergencies.
No,
that's how you create an emergency.
Yes.
If someone, say like I have access to like higher ups in Clear Channel because I've met with them, I've known them for years or whatever, or like different politicians in the me, I could probably call Buddy Dyer's assistant and then get some sort of meeting with Buddy Dyer, right? I'm saying,
I could. I know.
I'd ask Daniel to do it. But this is
you could call old Lee Constantine.
Yeah, but if
he loves you.
So just to be clear, you could ask Daniel to call Buddy Dyer's assistant for you.
Yeah. And probably,
that's how much.
And probably get a meeting.
Hey Sam, get a broom. We need to sweep some brag out of here.
So I can imagine what if Justin Whitaker, the owner of At Home Floor Store, they came to me and he's been a client. I've known him, like mover and shaker, small business owner. He's like, hey, do you think you get me a meeting with Buddy Dyer or whatever, like a golf game? I want to talk to him.
Call his assistant.
and then he's like, you're already a client. I'll pay you some extra if you can make it happen because I want to meet with him about some whatever. And I'm like, I would be like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Right, what a question.
Okay,
I'll be like, I don't know. I'll ask Dan to make the call. And also there's money. Oh, like, that's good.
So that's how the conversation would go down.
Well, I'd be like, maybe the money helps the most.
The money does help the most.
Let's just ignore reality for a second and pretend you're talking directly to Buddy. And when you make the call and he says to you, well, what is this asshole?
I'm making the call.
I know, but we're just ignoring reality for simplicity.
Okay,
so just so I don't have to say. So when you ask Dan and Dan goes to Buddy and Buddy comes back to me, I'll cut all that out.
I'll make up a lie to trick him into the meeting.
So at that point, when you decide to lie,
hey, Buddy, there's someone behind you. Hi, it's me, Justin Whitaker from At Home Floor Store. I was behind you the whole time.
I'll be like, maybe it's some charity event or some high, I don't know.
You pull up, you grab him, you throw him in a van.
So at that point, when you start pulling shit out of your ass, that's when you've made the decision to take money in exchange for fucking false.
Buddy has no idea that his Uber driver is Tom. He pulls up, Buddy gets in the Uber.
It's when I start the avalanche of lies.
Yes.
and then money's cleared my bank account.
That's when it's on you.
And then I spent the whole money. I spent it all.
You had a real nice watch, dude.
Every day.
It was a cool watch.
And then I'm like, oh, now I should go to jail. This has been misunderstanding.
I think we talked Tom through something for the first time in history. That's amazing.
But I can see how he got himself into it. It's so easy.
Business empathy. I like it.
A lot of the other people that he did dealings with took plea deals, but Praz did not, which is why he is facing 22 years.
He's kind of
because he doesn't think he did anything wrong.
He's sticking to his guns.
Like me. Be like, all I did is I stand to make the call.
Some would say that Tom and Proswell have no self-awareness.
And then he gave me money for others just to be cool.
Daniel should go to prison. He's the one that made the call.
I'll tell you anything.
Oh my God.
I wonder if he also got the most money, Sam, because like those other names, I don't know that they.
He's been working with him since 2006,
so
probably
he's had a relationship with him longer. Is what I was gonna say.
Sure.
It's like it's not like
and he's got a lot of political ties too.
The Caprio, that's the other thing that came up is that there was something in there.
Praz knows a lot of politicians.
The other thing I read about the Proswell one is there was something in there, and I didn't fully understand it, but they alluded to him maybe giving secrets away.
Oh, shit.
And there was some sort of a
spy angle.
Yeah, there was
like,
a spy angle. Yeah, there was an
there.
espionage angle
He
of
did
like
have meetings with like some people in China.
Yeah,
and-
that like Praz was a double
like, what
agent, or
secrets does
Praz
he got?
was working for another country in a nefarious way. And
He
I'm
gave them
like,
some of our top beats.
exactly. I didn't understand it.
Well, they probably have to investigate it anytime that Praz is meeting with a foreign country
Right.
and then also trying to set up meetings with the president of the United States. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Where it's like
what
on
are you
paper,
doing
this
here?
is like this is real bad. You're like getting money from some guy who embezzled $4 billion, and you're trying to have him meet with the president, and also
he did meet with the Obamas.
Yeah, he did.
So it's like they're like, well, we gotta see what's going on here, right?
Slow down.
Nobody stumbled into it, so I'll tell you guys my kid's dad joke. Like I said, we were talking about Praz's watches the other day, so when I saw this article, I sent it to him, and he came out and he's like, wow, he's a real Fuji now.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
Your son's got the goods.
Yeah, that's damn good. You got another one?
We got one more.
All
God, I
right,
got so
let's
much
do
good
it.
stuff to
I
get
love
to. A
it.
guy
I
was
love
jailed in Thailand for insulting the king. We don't have time for that. Tom, I know you take a lot of vacations. You might want to go to Berlin. They're going to let women go topless in public pools.
And there, you know what? I saw
in the
that
pool?
one. I saw that one, and you know what my first thought was on that? And this is just to show you how stupid I am. I was like, I think for size of woman, that German women probably have the biggest titties, or some of the biggest. There's the beer ladies.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
they're known for big boobs.
there's they're giants of women. The one I like, the kind I like, real tall, big. Has big German titties.
Don't have time for that story. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm sorry.
But by the way, Sam for president for saying their sentence just the pool. Sam for president. Amsterdam launches a campaign to make British guys stay away. Don't have time for that. Jeez, what do we want to do? Do you guys want to do? It's guns either way. Florida, we're about to have permitless carry.
Yeah, I have mine in the car.
You got to have it on you hidden, Dan. Jesus Christ.
It's
read the rules, dude. That's why you get a card like a gentleman. Or Russia and North Korea making a weapons deal.
What do you think, T?
Well, let's go weapons deal.
Okay, yeah.
Because you're going to start getting to guns. Everybody gets mad.
Yeah, let's keep them out of America.
Yeah, let's make people with guns mad.
Although I will say the permit that you have to get is not hard to get.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
It's very easy.
Through my entire career, I've had, I'm not even exaggerating, dozens of people offer me, like, you want to get your permit? Just come over to my house and I'll just sign the paper. Or like I'll give you a half an hour of verbal course and then you get sign the paper.
I'll just sign it over.
Like, it seemed to be the easiest permit to get, like easier than scuba diving.
The course I took, the main thing the guy emphasized, I mean, he covered all of it. He checked all the boxes.
Yeah.
He was real good at what he did. But the main thing he emphasized, like on his own, was if you do have to shoot somebody, keep shooting them until your gun is out of bullets.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And then he said, and then at the end say, I did what I did to stop the threat.
No, they teach you.
I did what I did to stop the threat. You're shaking, you're shitting your pants.
Yeah, right.
You're pissing your pants, you're crying, your wife's crying.
Also, I would argue, but like shooting him less, maybe he should have some sort of impact with the jury. It's like you shot this guy 30 times or whatever, like 16 times.
He kept
every
blinking
bullet.
at me. He moved his lip.
Yeah.
The hardest part for real though was getting the fucking idiot at FedEx to take a picture good.
Oh yeah.
Because you got to have like a special
You
like
gotta have the
background.
photo has to be perfect.
They have like these weird, like you have to have no expression on your face, and which is like make your face have no expression. I feel like I'm making an expression.
Tom does it. Tom does a good job.
Okay, so Russia, they're in talks with North Korea. Here's the deal, North Korea, we want guns. We will give you food.
All right, guns for food.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the monsters do that, right? Oh no, that's the kicks for guns. Sorry.
The more.
I wonder if guns for food. If you gave somebody like
You'd get more guns.
a week's worth of Wendy's
more
or
guns.
something, you think?
Yeah, I
that's
think
an
so.
interesting. The next time the monsters do kicks for guns, we should set up like the parking lot over and be like,
Food.
we will food like
I
fucking
think
straight up
people need
cheeseburgers
food,
for
man.
your guns.
They need
Ooh,
cheap
burgers
food,
for
man.
guns.
I love
How
burgers.
long can North Korea sustain itself
Forever.
the way
Is
it's
this a
doing?
joke?
Forever.
No, because like if you actually think about how bizarre it
It's
is
crazy. I love the fake grocery stores they have that are just set up to look like people go and enjoy them.
Yeah.
And then you see more and more videos that come out and just how bizarre it is over there and what is going on and how weird it is that this is happening in 2023. It's like we're not watching some old footage of something that happened. And
It just
back in the
never
day.
changed.
It's just sitting there. They're living basically different than the rest of the world
have-
in their own.
They're cut off from the rest.
They have iron control of state media.
Yeah,
Those people
authoritarian.
don't
Yeah.
hear any information that doesn't come from the government, and that's why that's scary.
They still have like prison camps and like all this.
They're all baseline starving. There's nobody who is nutritionally enabled in North Korea. They're all baseline starving.
Super sad.
It's the closest to what's that? The dress in red and the commanders. Handmaid's Tale.
God, I was gonna say Dune.
It's literally real life Handmaid's Tale. Where
I was
like
gonna say St. Louis
Slowly
Cardinals.
getting there here, buddy.
there's no like
No, they're just taking all our rights away.
Well, no, I understand what
Not
that.
my
but-
rights, just
but-
yours.
But
I'm fine.
I'm talking of like.
Bunch of cis white men are gonna be the only survivors.
Like barbed wired giant military borders that the threat of going to goddamn camps, they work you to death and your whole family if you try to escape, like that kind of shit in like everybody's starving in this fucking weirdo dictatorship that they have to live under
Dude,
these
everybody
rules
has
and
to
they know
have the same haircut. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
They have a little
It is
chart, and there's
crazy.
like 9 different like North Korean state-approved haircuts that you can have, and you get one of the 9. And then I think like we did. I think you did this story like maybe even 10 years ago or something, where it was just like they had just added 3 new haircuts. Congratulations, Merry Christmas, everybody!
Like most of them,
We added the Caesar for you.
Like imagine the whole world is exposed to the internet and has a smartphone, is looking at the internet. We're all looking at the same shit, and we're all progressing.
But they're
and
not. They don't have the internet.
I know. And then this fucking entire country with millions of people, they have no idea. They're living clueless to what the
So
fuck is
some would
going
say
on. It's
they're
crazy.
just fine. They're just fine.
Well,
what you don't know won't hurt you.
But how much will we progress in the future? And this goddamn North Korea is going to stay the same. And
Sam's
just
right though. Like, there's not a government in the world that isn't doing a degree of this.
Right.
Us,
Everybody does a
Russia,
variation,
China, we're all doing a degree of this.
But not like that.
But
correct.
So
not,
that is movie absurdity. You know, like it's
That's why they made a movie about
it's
it.
crazy. Anyway,
I never saw that. Did anybody here see the interview?
no.
Yeah, I watched it.
Was it any good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Is it worth going and watching?
dumb
or
stoner movie.
Isn't Bobby Lee in that? I think he plays like.
Was he in that?
I think Bobby Lee plays like Kim Jong Un or
I
something.
can't even remember.
I
It's been a
don't.
while. It's
Yeah.
2014. That's almost 10 years old.
like it would be. It is going to be an experiment of like how many different secessions they'll have with this dictator, and like will his kids hold the same power, and like
well,
will
he-
it continue to go, or will enough of the world and the internet leak in to change the mentality of the
Right.
people? You know, I don't know.
They keep saying it is happening, but those things don't change quickly. And I think his sister is very, very important, and his daughter. He's been kind of bringing out his daughter a lot,
like
and
grooming her to be a next leader.
to be like a next leader, and then maybe that's his pivot. Is that
I
like
thought it was the sister.
the sister is very important, but Kim Jong Un's been bringing out his daughter, and people are like, man, we didn't even know that she existed. And he's been kind of like showcasing her, and she looks like perfect, and people are kind of thinking that maybe his like future approach would be to maybe hand it over to her and have like a female ruler, but same shit. It's still gonna happen. It's still gonna be starvation crazy, but it'll be a lady instead of a man.
Remember that whole conspiracy theory where he the people thought he was sick, or was that his dad, and then died, and then he's just a body double?
There's been both.
Yeah.
For both.
They
And-
drop out of sight for like a month or two, and they're probably just off in the fucking pleasure palace because they're goddamn dictators, like they're probably
Can you
just like
imagine
crazy.
being in a palace where you just walk in there for your vacation. Your vacation is like 6 months, and all you can do is just walk around and fuck and eat. Fucking awesome.
Well, I mean,
While
that's his
other people are
baseline. That's his
starving.
life, though. So, like, when he decides to take a vacation, it's gonna be like, because like he is using a whole country's resources to feed himself,
just for
basically.
himself.
So whatever that into, we can't even imagine.
They're hunting humans and weird, bizarre,
some crazy shit, right?
There is some bizarre, insane.
There's human hunting going on for sure. Like his dad blew up one of his uncles with a fucking artillery field piece. So
fed him to dogs.
There's
no,
human
fed
hunting.
him to dogs. I was gonna say
that was a different one. One guy.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know the one you're
Can't
talking
keep
about.
track.
Yeah, fed him to dogs.
This shit is real. That's what's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
Like
it's
this
100%
shit, it's
real.
happening. Because right now there are people sitting there, same haircut, like in this fucking bizarro handmaid's
Oh my God,
tale
you and I
world.
have close to the same haircut.
Anyway.
Okay.
It's like you discovered the internet this week or something.
No. It's just, like you don't think about that. It's actually real.
I would be interested. Like, I wish we could get like 10 of those guys with those haircuts and like figure out what they really think about us, like what they've been told about us and what they think about us.
Oh,
and
the West is
I
horrible.
would like to see their perspective of us.
Well, the West is horrible, and we're trying to stamp out all their tradition and absolutely destroy all of their history and eradicate anything that makes them truly unique.
But
and-
isn't art? But like that's the whole reason. Like Dennis Rodman was beloved over there. Like they have there's basketball games. I remember
Oh, they love American culture.
Like they
just
have
don't love us.
Giant basketball games, and then they have the
Yeah.
huge audiences.
Huge.
That, like, and they're the whole rock and roll.
And then the
thing.
mass games. Remember the mass games?
Yeah.
The mass games are crazy. That's just where people hold signs all day, and then they flip them to make crazy pictures. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
And it is truly an art form, and it's sad that we can't really appreciate that because it's done in a horrible country where everybody's dying, and I'm holding my sign. I'm dying, but look at this amazing art we're creating.
But under the threat of a gun, like those people are forced to practice like 20 hours a day, and if they fuck up, they'll be taken out and shot. So
I watched a documentary on this on YouTube. I think they practiced for 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
8 months they practiced to do the mass games.
And people fuck up, get taken outside, shot, and
Yeah,
replaced.
they're just like, if you can't cut it, you're dead. Bye.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we got
We're gonna shoot the lowest performing member of the show.
A bunch of dump 'em out topics, and
yes, sir.
And we'll finish off with that.
This is Purvis is the name of the artist. The name of the song is Good Enemy. It's pretty fun. This is a fun little tune. Let it kick in right here.
You're listening to the industry leader, radio guys turned podcasters. And now the whole town is sucking our dicks.
Oh, yeah.
You're listening to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. Oh, yeah. Don't forget to lick our balls, bitch.
can taste the money running through my head, and you can take it from me just like a friend. And I'm so sick of blaming the alcohol and saying goodbye via fentanyl. Do you believe in love and drugs and hugs and sex in the morning that never gets boring? I'll get sedated with anyone, fucking jaded at only 21, and I can settle back in New York, stuck in a closet that's never gonna work. You're fucking out of your mind all the time. You're fucking out of your mind all the time. Psychedelic therapy. Am I tripping or is this shit tripping me? You're fucking out of your mind. You're fucking out of your mind. You're fucking out of your mind all the time. Stuck in a closet that's never gonna work. You're fucking out of your mind all the time. Out of your mind all the time. You're fucking out of your mind all the time.
Welcome back to a mediocre time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha is here. Ross is here. We are closing out a perfect Friday. You know, I like you with a little bit of stubble on your face.
Do I?
I like that. You
Getting
growing your beard?
grizzly
You
over
gonna
there.
grow your beard back out?
No.
You gonna try it again?
No, I
think sometimes you think I'm not clowning on you. Please don't think I'm not clowning on you. I think sometimes when I say stuff, he thinks I'm not clowning on you.
The only part you can see is like the Doc Holliday. You can see like kind of the mustache and just
Yeah.
right
It looks
underneath the
good.
lip.
recently saw Doc Holliday's grave.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I went
I was
there.
channeling a little Doc
It's cool,
Holliday.
right? It's cool. It's worth a walk up there.
Was he your Huckleberry?
Although they said when we went there, they're like he's probably buried in the Potter's graves
Right.
over in the woods.
Yeah.
But this is the
This is where they basically like. This is where we celebrate it, but he's somewhere out here.
well.
There were so many guys that wanted to piss on his grave. They just moved it away from his real bones.
But it makes it less because then I look at it.
You're
I'm
not
like,
wrong. For the guy that I talked to said that people had dug it up.
No
They said
shit.
they're like, look, we don't know where the fuck this thing is.
Yeah.
They're like, it's used to be somewhere around here.
Yeah.
Could be anywhere now, but
Sure.
then what you said is true too. They said he would have been more buried in he wouldn't. This is a nice area. He would have been buried in a shitty area.
in the Potter's field
Yeah.
of people that didn't have any money because he
Right.
died destitute.
Exactly.
So when I did see the gravestone of Doc Holliday, I was like, well, this is nothing. If he's not, I
Did
want
you
this.
say that in front of Crystal?
Well, I said it in front of Tommy.
You say okay. Well, that's fine.
Because,
you know what?
Mac
I'm
is
okay with. I'm going to give you some concessions now. If you want to do that, you created a version of yourself that's just like you. If you guys want to banter that while you're playing football and getting mad at your wife.
Well, I just said it. Well,
yeah. But don't let Crystal and Max hear it because it's not fair to them for you to yuck on their yum, dude.
It's just less special unless the person's bones are actually underneath my feet.
And it's really less special if you say it and shit on your wife's thing. It's not special at all.
That's what I want in my graves. When I see a celebrity grave, I want their bones to be under my feet.
But when you go down the scale of Tom Van and you get to the end, bones are nothing too.
Well, I know, yes, but their bones, they disintegrate into dust. But the fact that their bones are there.
Do you know I peed in that field you were standing at? Because I had to piss so bad. We hiked all the way up there.
I wanted to pee, but I felt like someone was going to see me, or there were some surveillance cameras, and they're like, "This guy's pissing on graves."
I did. I pissed on somebody's grave out there, and while I was pissing, I tooted my toot pen. It was getting high as fuck.
You pissed on Doc Holloway's grave?
I pissed on Dick Holloway.
Oh my God.
I pissed on Dick Holloway's grave.
And you wonder why you've been haunted by an old prospector.
Yeah, I was standing there, and I was peeing, and I was tooting my toot pen. Remember, I went to that weed store. The weed stores out there are just amazing. God, they're amazing.
The dead cowboy probably was more confused about the weed pen than anything.
What is that? Are you sucking ghosts now?
Fireless cigarettes.
He shot it out of my hand, Ross.
Let's do some dump 'em out.
All right, buddy. You asked for it.
We got too many topics on the list today. It's the end of the motherfucking show. So come on, baby, let's dump them out and play. I want to see your topics. Ooh, I want to also see your bottom mix.
Dump 'em out brought to you by thedangerbrain.com. If you're looking for branding or you want to redo the branding of your current company.
Yeah, maybe you need a brand to refresh. They specialize in all of that.
Yeah.
You can do that. Thedangerbrain.com. That's our good friends Fonz and Sebastian. And
they do the majority of all of our logos that you've ever seen.
Yeah, in fact, they did a logo for our $5 T-shirt that was so good that you caused a ginormous mega problem.
They are right now redoing Bart and Crystal's business cards.
Oh,
awesome. Nice. If you need a mega problem because your logo's so good,
if you need the company's going to do something stupid.
What are we calling it now? An indiscretion. No, we're calling it an entanglement. It's a Tom and Dan entanglement.
Did you do a Curious George and put an extra zero at the end of an order or something?
Yeah, it's a little curious. Yeah. I'm the man in the little yellow hat.
I didn't think it was... I didn't think it was
He's
going
the
to be
monkey, and I'm the tiny cowboy.
Anyway, all right.
That guy, by the way, brutally kidnaps a monkey in the very first book of the series. It's not cool, Yellow Man.
Remember when Curious George gets locked in the furniture store or something? And I was like, that would be terrifying, and he'd be shitting everywhere.
My favorite is the one I just referenced. The man in the yellow hat tells Curious George he can go get a donut.
Yeah.
But Curious George has just learned about zeros, so he keeps putting a zero at the end of the order, right? And the fucking baker keeps coming back and being like, "Oh, I thought this said 1. It's 10. Oh my God, it says 100. I thought it said 10." The baker keeps giving Curious George donuts. That's on him.
Yeah,
you're giving a monkey donuts.
10,000 donuts to a monkey.
He gave him thousands of donuts, sight unseen.
He doesn't even have a wallet.
Giuseppe, get in here. You gave this monkey 10,000 donuts. Hey, I'm sorry. I was working at Assaulted Sisters.
Giuseppe texted me the other day.
Hey, I gave this monkey 1,000 donuts.
Anyway.
Do you want to do your coyote video first?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I have a coyote. You want to see it?
I think I figured it out because.
Can I pop up the video while you're talking?
Then no need to watch the video.
No. Well, okay. This is a video from my Ring doorbell.
Is that what you figured out? You're fucking dumb.
Yeah. And
I'll make it a little bit bigger too, so we
okay.
can all
see
it here.
So there it is, right there. It happens fast at the beginning of the video.
Okay, watch the video. Ready? Here it goes. Bam. And there it runs by, and then, there he is.
So
that's pretty cool, right?
And at first, when Chris was like, I think there was a coyote, we caught a coyote on a Ring doorbell last night chasing a cat. I'm like, no way. It's because I've been, what I'm saying? People have been saying coyotes have been
around.
Well,
we did a whole show, and you're like, I've never seen one. And if I've never seen one,
it doesn't exist.
Well, I've changed my tune.
Hey, what's your tune now?
Because I saw one in my Ring doorbell, and one last night was chasing a cat through my backyard, we think, and then my neighbor couldn't find one of the cats.
Oh, that sucks.
And then then I put this video up on the BDM page, and every BDM was because my thing is, where do these things live? And
wherever the fuck some idiot's feeding enough cats for them to eat.
I assume that you would need because the only woods, and I put woods in the quotes that are near my house.
By the bridge.
No, near the skating rink by where we go in the secret pathway, but there's a small little, I would say 10 acres or less.
To the left of that, moving further back, there's that huge area and it dips down and in there like a ravine.
There's some, there's just small pockets of woods. They're all scattered about Casstleberry, but I'm like, do they live in there in packs?
You're that's what you've seen from the road that you stay on. If you make 90-degree turn, go away from the road, there's woods everywhere, Tom.
Yeah, I know that, but are they wandering from the big woods into the neighborhoods at night, hunting cats?
A car pulls up and the door's open and they all get out.
Yeah, they're selling shit.
Yeah. No. And then they eat everything in the neighborhood. They run back to the car. They all jump in. Or sometimes they just ride on the hood until they get to the next stop.
And you know what? Sometimes, I know this is with the otters. I saw an otter over by Greenwood Cemetery, that little Greenland wetland park there, and I hit up Don about it. I was like, "Is there always otters in these lakes?" And he's like, "No, they'll come to one of the little lakes, they'll eat all the snails or whatever they like, and then they'll move on."
We had an otter over
They'll move
here.
around a little bit too.
We had an otter right over here, and it was rabid.
So,
what?
Yeah,
Rabid otter.
And it was chasing people.
Dude, that's a great band.
It was attacking people.
They're
vicious.
I mean, they look like they could do some damage. They could do some damage
go at
to you.
They'll see you.
When they get rabies, they go crazy.
They go, and then they do like The Last of Us, where they're like, and then they're like, and then they see you, and then bite.
And then
there's tons of videos of
hey, hold on, I'm gonna shoot.
There's some mom that's throwing one as far as it's clamped under her hand.
And for rabies is hydrophobia. It makes you afraid of water. For an otter, that must be the worst because they live in that's their whole life.
Otter afraid of water.
God damn. But so then, okay, and everybody, all the BDMs are like, there's coyotes everywhere.
And you just still didn't
People
believe
have been
them.
telling you for years.
No, I know.
And you said, no way, unless I see it.
In Tom's defense, none of his Miami friends said that.
That's true.
Are they surviving off of cats or raccoon? Do they eat raccoons?
Trash.
Yeah.
Trash?
I was going to say trash.
That's why they're coming to your neighborhood.
Do you remember your pizza that you ordered to your house when you weren't home and the raccoons sat in front of there and ate it?
Yeah.
Multiple people do that, and they just wander around eating people's trash. Have you seen the amount of food waste we throw away?
This happens in my neighborhood, so I'm 100% positive it happens in Casstleberry, where people will get a 6-pack of chicken wings at the gas station and then just walk on eating chicken and throwing bones to the side of the road.
Right out of their sunroof.
And so they'll just scavenge
trash.
whatever.
They smell that shit. They're out in the woods that you don't know about, and then they're like, it's hard to catch a mouse, but it smells like fucking fried chicken over there. So they head that way, and then they're like,
Casstleberry smells like Buffalo Wild Wings, and I love it.
And then while they're on their way to the Chinese dumpster or whatever, they're like, look at this big fluffy son of a bitch, fresh right here, just laying there, fat and sassy, and they eat your fucking cat.
So at night, are they just scavenging neighborhoods at night?
I would imagine,
there's coyotes everywhere, just like raccoons
I think
scavenging?
So. Yeah.
Interesting.
And will they attack raccoons? Coyote?
Well, that's because there's a lot of raccoons living in the Casstleberry woods.
Right.
I'm like, they must eat them like crazy, right?
But there's easier stuff out there.
Right.
The cat's easier than a raccoon.
Are
Trash is easier than the cat.
Squirrels.
So
Is the cat
Rats.
because the cat's fast? A raccoon is not faster than
Raccoons
a
are
cat.
fast. Raccoons
Faster
are
than
fast.
a cat.
Coyotes are fucking
I think
fast.
as fast as a cat.
But that raccoon has been scrapping for its life its whole life. It's fucking had to fight every second it's been alive.
So
this
tough.
cat is being fed off of a back porch,
the way
and
get
it's
the wheat.
fat and fucking lazy, and it beats up birds and shit for fun, not for food.
And then this
And
coyote comes rolling by,
Yeah.
and the cat's just laying there sleeping, and the coyote just rolls fast as hell, grabs his neck, one whoosh, and it's a snap neck, right?
Yeah.
And then I think that's it.
I mean, it was chasing a cat in the video and fast as hell.
Well, you can see in the video. Now here, I'll show you. I'll start it again. Now look at the plant. Watch the plant. Watch the plant.
Yeah.
Boom. That's when the cat hit its head. You can hear the cat hit its head like the coyote tried to get it, and then it took off the other way. And I'm like, oh man, he's as good as gone.
yeah,
I don't know about that.
Oh, Tracy in the chat just posted a video of coyotes attacking toddlers in Arizona.
Well, that's unfortunate. You're
Those
going to
are-
Arizona, aren't
I
you?
am.
Yeah.
But again,
Watch out for this goddamn coyote.
Maybe you could take in some of those toddler fights.
if you leave your toddler outside,
That's on you, dog.
Desert coyotes are tougher, I feel like. Florida coyotes, not that tough.
well, peninsular, everything on a peninsula gets smaller. No, I'm saying like the key deer, they
Oh,
get
yeah,
smaller. Yeah.
I bet we have tiny coyotes, like the Great Plain coyotes, big as fuck, probably, right? Anyway, what else we got?
Any big coyotes, like.
Oh, what's the amazing Jonathan AI video?
We put that on the list.
yeah.
Have you haven't heard any of this?
No.
Okay, so I have a bit of the video. I don't know if it starts out where we need it.
I just don't know which documentary she used.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can get this to play here. This is a little bit of the documentary. This is from Vice, by the way. See if I can get this to play here.
Mealworms now, and they eat out of my hand.
Does it hurt?
Working on
You don't, like peck at your fingers or anything?
Does it hurt? Who are you talking to?
Okay.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
This video is American. This is Amazing Jonathan's girlfriend.
Okay.
Or for all intents and purposes, his wife when he passed away.
Yeah.
Was it 2019? I think he passed away.
I think so.
We met her when they came in to do that interview in the old studio.
Yeah, we met her. Her name is Anastasia Sen, and we met her. Not her real name. And
Wow, dude, he died last year.
Was it last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was 2019 for some reason, but so we met Anastasia Sen the first time he came in when he looked really, really rough. And I didn't know she did any of this. I didn't know she was really into tech or any of that. But apparently she's really into tech, and she has partnered with an AI company to take all of like writings, documentation, videos, and everything to create her own like living, I'm using air quotes, computer AI version of Amazing Jonathan, so she can continue being with him until I guess she becomes an AI. I think she says it. Here's her.
This is Anastasia Sin. You might have seen her on TV as a magician or stunt performer. She's also a self-proclaimed.
They're like, this is Anastasia Sin, and she's driving a mini electric go-kart. And there's like a one per.
Like real life
She looks
Mario
pretty
Kart.
sad. She looks broken up.
Yeah. And then
How's she gonna live without Amazing Jonathan? Here, I'll play it.
This is Anastasia Sin. Woo! You might have seen her on TV as a magician.
She's
or
a
stunt
magician.
performer. She's also a self-proclaimed cyborg and an advocate for biohacking. She moved to Southern California.
So she's got some
after
kind of
her
like
husband passed away
phone
last
recognition chip in her
year. His
wrist.
name was Jonathan Zealous, and he was a fixture on comedy and late-night TV.
Now we've got a guy named Jonathan who is absolutely amazing, and you'll never guess what he calls himself. The Amazing Jonathan!
Did John Candy have a TV
Hi,
show?
I'm the Amazing Jonathan, and I'm an alcoholic and a drug addict. And oh, wait a minute, wait. What night is this? Oh shit, wrong place.
Jonathan the human.
Why did they show?
Oh my god!
Literally the worst joke he ever told.
They literally took his
And a
clip.
terrible wig.
Yeah, like they took his most awkward.
Who made this video?
Vice.
They're clowning her and
Well,
him.
yeah, Vice. You know, they try to always make it look a little.
Show him in
real.
his
They try to
prime
make
when
it
he's
real.
doing the
No.
goddamn comb.
They're gonna, yeah.
He was drinking the beakers.
Yeah, make him drink the Windex.
Yeah, not 2020 Amazing Jonathan, where he's struggling.
Doing an icebreaker to a crowd that is clearly not his crowd.
Yeah.
So this is her. I guess that's what she's gonna do. So she's the first client of this new company that wants to like.
So they are somehow inputting some information about him that has an AI avatar.
Call it a
like-
seed.
Yeah, this guy.
They're taking an AI seed and they're feeding every scrap of Amazing Jonathan there ever was. Video,
I think this
audio,
guy-
writing. They're feeding it into this AI seed, and this AI will grow from that information.
He explains, I think, here.
But Jonathan won't be the first Versona. That honor goes to Harrison's own mother. He built it with her permission just before she died of cancer.
I realized what I'm terrified of losing is the relationship between her and I. I'm terrified of losing how my mom is to me and having that one person in my life that I constantly rely on. And that's when I became really obsessed with the idea of like figuring out relationship dynamics and recreating those digitally.
Yeah, so the first client was his mom. He made that, and then he's successfully been making more of these for people that want to have these AI
fucking
versions
weird,
of
man.
like their loved ones. And then apparently Anastasia is really into this. She's into biohacking and she's into like tech. And so she was like, I want to do one of these Amazing Jonathan. I will say it's completely on brand for Jonathan and her, right, to do this. It's completely on brand. Remember, he had that house. Everything in his house was like a joke or a gag.
Like
where
the house of mystery.
Yeah, like the pictures would scorch you in the face. There'd be like a puppet in the oven.
God.
You know? The fucking stairs would go flat and you'd slide down them. And it's like, oh, can't we just have a normal fucking house?
The interesting part of this one is at some point they ask her, so are you gonna what are you gonna open this up to performance? Or are you gonna have them like play Vegas or something like as a hologram? And she was like, no, this is just for me. I will never let anyone else access this. This is entirely 100% just for me.
Yeah, Ross is right. That's what she says. This is for nobody else. This is, which is probably better.
Unless he's like trapped in there and he's like, no,
Oh my God.
let me out.
I like it when they bang on the TV screen.
Dude, I love my wife, but if she was my only point of contact with the universe, I would electrically kill myself.
Right? I would say, I was just going to unplug my wife. Like, if my wife's like, help, I'd be like, oh my God, I unplug that shit. I'd be like, I'm not helping you.
So I'm curious.
I'm not getting trapped in that shit.
What kind of interaction does the AI have with
I
her?
guess it can talk to her.
Do they show
kill
it?
me, help.
No,
Like,
they don't.
How interactive
Yeah,
is it?
that's what I
Again,
want.
she's not gonna fucking tell you. You will never know
So
because
I don't
she's
even
not.
know it's a thing.
Oh, wait, I got one.
All right.
Okay, here she is sitting down with it.
She looks a little like China to me.
A little bit, yeah. Smaller clit.
Maybe the tennis
over.
mom.
I'm an emotional mess. Let's take it even further.
Okay, here they go.
Hey, beep, beep. How are things where you are?
It says, I'm good at the top.
Have you had any good meals lately? This is so accurate because he would so often ignore what I asked him.
Okay, so it does suck because she's like, have you had any good meals? And it says, are you having a good day?
Yeah,
it's just like him.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Confused old man.
This shit doesn't even work.
And it's just text. I thought it was like at least his
Voice or something,
or an
yeah.
avatar of his face.
Just make his wig flap.
And
You
he's,
know,
he's drinking the goddamn beakers or like something. It's just a text back, and it barely works.
Thanks.
It fucked it all up. I found the one clip where you go to it. She's like, have you had any good meals? And then he says, are you having a good day?
And then are you?
And she's
what
like,
is-
it's just like him. It's just like him. I miss him so much. I'm an emotional wreck.
So is this somewhat close to like when people get their pets stuffed, right? So like you're following me.
I've never known anybody who's done that. By the way,
it was big in the 80s. I feel like my parents' friends had like Dobermans and things
For
that they
real?
That's big.
Yeah.
Dude. Dobermans are big. Where do you even put that?
Well, you just put it in the corner, and it's like
Yeah, but it gets all dusty. Go dusty. Go dust your dead dog.
I feel like people had dusty taxidermied pets that they used to have back in the 80s and 90s,
shit's
right?
bad for my allergies.
You know what my grandma would do? She liked wiener dogs. She had wiener dogs, and when one would die, she'd get like a ceramic statue of it made.
Oh, all right.
My dad would do that too.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad would go to like some flea market and buy
I guess
a
that's
small,
better than stuffing the dog.
My dad would buy a small resin version of his dog and then just set it on like a shelf.
And she'd name them. She'd be like, that was, you know, Clara or whatever.
We did the same thing. This got to be a southern thing.
Maybe,
man.
yeah. She's from North Carolina.
So is it as easy to like kind of get a little bit of comfort in the fact that you just catch a glimpse of your old Doberman and sitting in the corner, and then it gives you some sort of like
A picture's okay.
Here.
A picture's just fine.
But this
I got some art done by Eric Pabon, and it's
a paw
does the
print
trick.
in the a paw print maybe in the Paris of plaster or whatever plaster pair. Yeah, that's
but
fine.
Essentially, is this just like a coping exercise for people that can like? In some way,
I mean, you could use it for
talk.
nefarious reasons too, right? Like
Well,
if
you
you're
could
like
fuck your dog
obsessed
in the
with
ass?
like the AI thing, like you're obsessed with like somebody, and instead of stalking them, you make an AI version of them or something.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
But that would
Well,
actually be better than stalking the real person, right?
Until you're like, this isn't good enough.
Yeah, and then you're like, I can't.
But you think you have a real relationship with them already, right? Because you've been talking to them every day as the AI.
Well, this makes
that might
sense.
make it worse.
That's what I'm saying.
Like this technology, whatever they're trying to do, will get
Well, it
better.
looks like it doesn't fucking work. So.
But it's in the infancy. Like AI and all that shit is getting better and better. Like maybe there will be some time in 30 years where it can scrape someone's social media because they have from birth till they die and all this information, and it scrapes your social media, and then it gets an idea of your personality, and then your loved ones can somehow type text to a fucking AI version of you that it
I
makes
don't want
you,
any of that.
If you prepare,
but
like
it's not for you. It'd be for your
Right.
loved ones wanting to make like they still have some connection with their loved one.
I don't want to allow my loved ones to contact me after I'm dead.
I think it was William Shatner I just heard an interview with. They're going to do this to him, but whoever he went with, they do an interview process. So they like sat him down and made him like carry out a conversation basically about himself, and it got like real deep and psychological and stuff. So they like, and he said it was intense. Like he said they were bringing up stuff about him that he didn't even think about before to make this AI that's like generated from interviews and stuff.
Yeah, and if you go on a long enough timeline, like maybe there's a way to hack into human consciousness and everything that makes you and your personality.
It's an electrical impulse.
It's all in your brain,
Sure.
and then
Just a matter of reading it.
They've been talking about this, downloading your consciousness,
Yeah.
your personality into a computer, and then it lives there. Like that's fucking weird. Because then
Super weird.
Because everything that makes you who you are is in your brain.
That's more weird than stuff in your Doberman, I feel like.
So imagine if this is the future and you put all of Daniel's entire personality.
You recreate his entire neural network.
Yeah.
You generate the
Nobody
exact
wants to
same
do that.
electrical impulses.
And then
what's the difference?
It's essentially talking to you, right?
Yeah. I mean, but even the computer's taller than I am. Huge. Big ass machine.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say what she is doing with The Amazing Jonathan is not a good thing for a person who is grieving, because the end of the grief
closure,
process is acceptance. Acceptance that this person is dead. Now she's going to be like, he lives in the computer forever. And
You're
so
impeding yourself.
She's never going to fucking move on. She's never going to find another person to be with because she's married to this fucking box that she types into and it goes, what are you wearing? Just some dumb question that it
Ooh,
asks
I
and
wonder
just
if
kick
they
out
do
at you.
like dirty talk.
Maybe that's why she didn't want to share it.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of like her in the fact that I hate acceptance with anything.
That's true. That is
I
true.
hate accepting anything.
I figured you would like this because, like, you're obsessed with time more than I think any of us, and you would want to download your consciousness, right?
Yeah,
Just
why
so your
not?
boys could have it, you know, just in case they needed it or something.
I'd do it. I was
Too tired.
Like
Man, on a long enough timeline,
freeze my head.
You end up in a museum. You end up like in the Orlando Science Center, and kids just fuck with your consciousness all day.
God,
And they're
they're
like,
shitting on you.
because your
They're
family all
pissing on
dies. You're electrically immortal. You just end up in a goddamn Goodwill.
I don't want to do that. Oh my God, I'm in the back. I'm dusty. There's $7 sticker on me. I'm like, $7? At one point, I cost $14,000.
Or you're on a decent computer, and then somebody just boots you up and starts mining Bitcoin with you, and you're just trapped in there with a Bitcoin mining machine.
I can't wait to sing Electrically Immortal at the Science Center. All screaming. Oh, what else?
Put me by the T-Rex.
You want to talk about the Malaysian flight docuseries?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So this
How's it end?
Spoilers.
It's crazy. But so in effort to make this quick,
They
and
only
not
bring up
about-
all the stuff I love.
and not to ruin the actual documentary, but I did want to mention one thing that I started thinking about based on this documentary.
It's crazy we can fly, man.
Flying planes.
There's a lot of conspiracy theories in this documentary.
There's a lot more than that's in this docuseries because I've heard a lot of podcasts on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they did like the major three.
But then I started looking, and like the one I guess, obvious that I guess the most people kind of like agreed upon that must have happened was the pilot, right? And everybody's like, this must have been the pilot's actions, and here's how we think he could do it. But there's no evidence of that. But the only
I actually don't believe that one.
The only like thing to disprove that really that they even show is their friends and family of the pilot. I don't know if the family, I can't remember, but like the people that knew the pilot didn't believe that he was capable of doing it.
Doing
was
what?
also
like destroying the plane, crashing it
Yes.
purposely.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
like the German pilot did, and apparently like 3 months later, that German pilot
I
is
remember
the one
that
that
one.
crashed it into the mountains, and
Yeah.
then they changed. Like I even talked to now, there's
That changed everything.
No pilot can be in the cockpit by himself. Like if one of the co-pilots leave, like a flight attendant,
Secondary person has to be in
well,
there.
a flight attendant has to go. Which I did ask my flight attendant sister-in-law, like, well, did they train you what to do if he
Right.
goes crazy?
Right.
And they're
Sure.
like, nope. Like, I'm just in
Why
there
are you telling me this?
as a like
yeah,
a
I'm about to get on a
safeguard.
plane in like a month. What the fuck?
Yeah, but I was like, well, what are you gonna do if you're gonna like? I don't know. It's never
I'm
gonna
gonna
happen.
I'll find him. I'll splash some coffee in his face.
I'm going to make him real emotionally uncomfortable while he crashes the plane into the sea.
But anyway, so
I guess I'll sit there quietly while he crashes the plane.
So, but what I now, like, I started thinking about, I was like, well, friends and family knowing about a person's, like, emotional well-being or what's going on in their head.
Their mental capacity.
Is that what I distrust the most? Because I don't think people really know what their family and friends are going through.
Fuck no.
And so then when they say, I don't believe he could be capable of this, I'm like,
you don't know.
That human intuition of what you think is going on, that's what I think is the most flawed.
Literally every person who's ever committed suicide, if you're a friend and family of them, you either didn't see it coming or you're a fucking huge prick.
Right.
Or even you like think about like
Killers.
serial killers. Yeah,
And
they're like, no,
he
they were
was
the
a
nicest
great
person.
guy. And so that's where I then like the most
There's
the
no
theory,
factual basis to that.
Yeah, and
it's
then,
not evidence.
But I convinced these people's friends are like, I don't think he's not. I don't
And
think
he
he'll
was also
never
like
do this.
the best pilot.
Yeah, but
there, so they were like.
And
So what are
and
the
he
other
did, like,
ones that
YouTube
they're?
videos.
I mean, I don't want to spoil it.
I don't want to spoil it, but I
there's-
just want to get basically open up the topic of I just don't think people know what's going on with their.
Tom, do you need
friends.
help? You can dial 988 at any
No, I
time.
don't.
But
You can
you're
dial
also the
988 at
first
any
person
time.
to always say something like, "Well, I know them, and they would never do that." You say that all the time.
I do, and that's flawed.
Yeah, it is
You know,
flawed.
and so I shouldn't say that because
Well, we all
I
do
don't
that, right?
know.
We all use our own experience to dictate other people, or we try to give advice or dictate other people's experiences,
or know how
And-
happy or sad someone
Yeah.
is based on their behavior and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you just don't know. I mean,
don't.
you know, and so then like that presenting that as evidence is low on the evidence side
Sure.
of me. It's like
'Cause it's not
eyewitness-
evidence.
Yeah, it's like eyewitness
It's an
testimony.
opinion.
Yeah. And then so anyway, I just wanted to
Yeah,
mention that because I think people when they see that and hear someone like say like I don't think this person's capable of that, like I think they weight that too heavy.
Like, I don't think you're capable of running a business, but here we are.
You should see what's happening.
Emergencies!
You should see the orders.
Did you know that they waited until I was sick on Monday? I.e., second pilot not in the cockpit.
Sure.
And he crashed us into 1,000 shirts.
Anyway.
Bang! Cat's away, the monkey gets the donuts.
What else?
Mhm.
You want to do slime making? You wanna
Yeah,
do that one?
ooh.
Okay, so Maisie is obsessed with slime. She loves making slime. We buy activator. We try different recipes.
God, if only Nickelodeon was still alive for her.
She hates Floam, by the way. Andrea bought
Yeah,
her some
Floam's
Floam,
bullshit.
and
The
Maisie's
hell
like,
is Floam?
yeah,
Floam's
Floam
bullshit.
is little foam balls in slime.
Surrounded by slime.
Yeah, Floam. So we make our own slime. We're a slime family. We make a lot of slime.
Yeah.
And so
this is a huge thing on YouTube,
yeah,
right?
and thank you. I'm so glad you brought that up. So she started watching this kid, and he's like, hey, what's up, guys? I'm going to give you my top 10 ways to make slime, and I'm going to give you my top 10 recipes. Number 1. And he starts going through them. So the first one is you got to take, like, bath. You take, what is it? You take shower gel.
Which is slime already.
Clear dial shower gel. You put it in a thing. You put a cup of Listerine in it, and then you gently add salt to it to activate it. And then if you let it sit for like a couple days, it'll dry enough and it'll turn into slime. So we tried that one. Horseshit. Doesn't even work. The next one you say, here's my second favorite one. Now this one's super easy. You just got to buy regular mouthwash or Listerine, put 4 capfuls in here, and freeze it. And it'll turn into slime. Bullshit. We tried it. This motherfucker's a
Is he
liar.
trolling?
I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get your fucking YouTube kids deactivated, motherfucker. I'm coming for
Is
you.
it possible he's trolling?
He's trolling. No, it's.
Is it like the
and
fake
that's my-
tips?
yes.
Yeah,
and that's my
your
point.
video has to be a certain length at this point, so you have to make up a bunch of bullshit to fill out the time.
It's gone. Everything is fake clicks now. Nothing matters. No, there is no
So there it
substance
is.
in anything, and it's made its way all the way to YouTube Kids.
You know
Not
what?
even on regular YouTube. This is YouTube Kids. It's supposed to be like highly vetted.
You know what the tip of the spear for this problem was Fortnite videos.
Yes.
When Fortnite became big, Fortnite videos became huge, and there wasn't enough Fortnite content, so people would start making shit up, making clickbait
God damn.
titles for them, and then the video would just be fucking nonsense, just bullshit.
Yeah, so you get the clicks, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
I think your high click rate is
But
the name of the game.
you know, I'm buying all this shit and I'm trying this stuff. I'm going to Walmart. I'm like, I got Listerine. Okay, I got to get the body. Which one? And Maisie's like, it's got to be Clear Dial. Clear Dial body wash.
Yeah, because
I'm
that's the
Are
brand.
you
of-
sure you didn't do it wrong?
No, I know we did it right. I did it twice. I did it twice, and it didn't work.
Because
And then-
Listerine in the fridge doesn't sound like nothing.
I
to
know.
me.
That's what I said. Maisie's like, let's try it.
Why
Like,
is it
she's-
always Listerine?
And she's bullheaded like you. She's like, we're trying it, and I'm like, well, it's not. I don't think
Yeah,
it's gonna
just
work.
gonna freeze the
and
Listerine.
she's like, we haven't tried it yet. And I'm
She's
like,
right.
That
You
sounds
have to,
like me.
You have
when
to
I'm-
test the hypothesis.
Right. So we tried it, and then I pulled it. I'm like, this Listerine's just got alcohol in it. You fucking idiot. I'm so mad about it because, like, I'm like, this thing, I look at the video, it's got like 14 million views, and then Maisie's all sad. She's like, well, it didn't work. And I'm like sitting here with 3 bottles of Listerine.
How were the other 8 recipes?
We didn't try them because I got so fucking mad. I was like, I handed it to Andrea. I'm like, you do it. I'm not doing this anymore.
I've heard a lot about the make your slime at home videos
Yeah,
and like
some
how
of
kids
them,
are.
I mean, if you use the Elmer's glue and you use the activator, which I don't know what that is. It's some chemical, you put it in there, and then it just turns regular Elmer's glue into like a bouncy ball of slime. It's pretty amazing when you do it.
I'll ask this question for maybe the 100th time this podcast. To what end? What are we doing with the slime? What is the slime
what do I
for?
do? I feed it to animals afterwards.
How long does slime last?
I mean,
we put it in a container. So, I mean, for Maisie, because everything's in a container. I mean, in your house, probably everywhere, but in my house, the slime is in a container and it
I
goes
saw
back.
your snackle box.
Yeah, that's not my snackle box, ma'am. That's my wife's second snackle box. She bought the.
Are we gonna get SubSafe to give us some of those?
We can ask.
To brand?
Yeah, now they make charcuterie, like charcuterie boards, but they're like little.
Charcuterie safe.
Yeah, it's like a little safe, and you open it, and it's got like places for
Get the
mustards.
fuck out. That's
yeah, it's
awesome.
got like a little knife.
I kind of want one.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
The Van family not organized. We couldn't even put the sub in the safe. It was like just put it on ice. It was soggy.
Where are our sub safes? We can't find. I can't find the lid. You know what it is
I
now?
use
It's a
mine all
cup.
the time.
It's a all his
No,
sub
no,
safes are cups.
Take it to Blizzard Beach with me.
I told
put weed in mine because you can't smell it.
I'm not sure. I was trying to find a ball pump, because
I know what that means.
How many balls do you even have at your
Oh,
house?
there's balls everywhere. They're floating in the pool.
Kids playing basketball
They're all
now.
waterlogged. Yeah, but they're all ruined because my sons can't take care of anything. Because
You have to teach
Well-
No, I tried. I'm not joking. I told Tommy because we were trying to find a ball pump, and then I'm like, we're just gonna have to play with
a soggy flat
ball,
ball.
a deflated football. Because I told him like, we're cursed, son.
Now-
we cannot have anything good. Everything we have turns to garbage.
Why would
we're
you tell him
cursed?
that?
And then he's like, we're cursed, and I'm like, cursed.
The Van family motto.
I'm so frustrated because
Don't do
everything
that.
we have is broken and waterlogged and nothing. A goddamn entire garage is filled to the top, and there's a fucking like.
It sounds like a you problem.
Well, then
not
you
a
don't-
curse.
you don't wanna
And
hear
there's
about
Tom
my garage,
Daniel's
yeah.
perfect floor, and I'm like, we'll never have that.
So
I
I'll-
can't never get anything out of there.
I got my garage. I pulled everything out of my garage. I put everything into a pod. This thing called a zippy shell.
Yeah.
And we swept it all out. And then Caliber Property Improvements. They're a couple of BDMs. This is Josh and Mike. They came over and they sanded all my concrete that was pitted and split and all gross. And they sanded it all down. And then they painted it and then sanded it and patched it and then painted it again. And then they did the vinyl fleck where you toss the the colorful little vinyl flex all over it
sparkles.
perfectly, the sparkles,
Yeah.
and then they put the urethane all on top of it, and they threw some like anti-skid in it, and they made it look. And I showed a picture of the time. Like, here, I'll show you. It's fucking amazing.
We need to use more sparkles in our world because we just use them on garage
It's
floor.
it's the nice
and bass
like,
boats.
Yeah, it's the nice. Well, it's like it's not really sparkly, but it's flecky. You know.
Yeah,
it's like,
the flex.
Yeah, it's got the flex. Oh, I've always wanted a garage floor like this. You should do it. I'll help you do it.
I'm telling you.
I'll help you
never
do
have
it.
it. I'll die without it.
But if you guys, anybody,
It's impossible.
If anybody needs that, I know guys. Caliber Property Improvements.
Can't you just admit that it's impossible to change your life and then move on? Because I get so angry
No.
that I can't
I mean,
have
you can.
anything nice, and then I can't take care of my stuff.
But I've never
and
seen you try.
Right.
It's a matter of changing your mind.
Exactly.
It's in your mind that you've decided that, so that's the fact. If you change your mind and you make it different, it'll be different.
It's so hard.
Yeah, no. Nobody
No one
says
said
easy,
change
Tom.
is easy.
To say
Well,
goodbye.
can't I just give up?
You can.
You could.
That's what I did.
It'll stay just like this.
But then you're also ruining your children.
Yeah. Small
But I
person.
think you can do it. I
so,
think
so much harder to do anything
You're setting them
different.
up for failure.
You couldn't get a pod.
It's internal.
You couldn't get a pod, and then you and I slowly, because this is what Andrea and I did. We got the pod, and then slowly we went back and forth. Ben. Throw this away. Throw this away. Throw this away. Throw this away. Throw this. I was gutting the. I'm like, you're gone. You're gone.
Yeah,
You're
you gotta
gone.
purge,
You're gone.
man.
See, you got a parking lot in your back, so you get the pod. It can only stay there for a certain
You
amount
can't
of time.
stay there very long.
Like,
They're already giving us heat because it's been there too long.
I'll get the pod. I'll put it on the
it
front
stays
of my
there
house.
forever.
And then I'll load a bunch of shit and they'll fill
And
it
the
full.
coyotes start living in there.
And then I'll be like, we gotta get these get these flex in here. And then too much time will pass and I'll walk out and it'll be fucking full again. And the pod will be full.
Get another pod.
And then
what do you do?
Oh, I'll scream. I should have given up a long time ago. Look what happened. And, I'm trying to change and making it worse. Don't change.
Oh.
See, Sam, it won't necessarily ruin the kids, though, because kids go one of two ways. Like, whether you're good or bad, they will either follow your example or go 180 and get as far
That's
away
true.
from you as you can.
Yeah.
And that's whether
true.
you're good or bad.
You're right.
Yeah, I don't think you control that.
It's kind of up to them.
They are following me to hell.
Yeah.
All their shit is broken, lost. They
I'll
can't
see
find
'em there.
nothing.
I'll see them there.
Yeah. Like everything they go to find has one battery,
Is
lost,
there one,
broken.
Is there one of the
where's
two?
the remote?
Is there one of the two that shows signs that
No.
Nah,
Both of them are worse.
Oh, wow.
Just one's logical, one's emotional, but they both can't take care of shit. Anyway, all right.
All right. Anything
Last
else?
thing.
What
I
do you
guess
want
we
to
talked
do?
about your
That's
garage
it.
floor.
Yeah.
I want to end with Tracy Morgan.
Oh.
So we had Joe Sensabella on the show. His show will be on Mondays, ACT.
And Tuesday.
And Tuesday. But so
stuck around a lot.
we
Yeah,
talked to him
he's
about
hanging
Tracy
out.
Morgan. He told us a story about Tracy Morgan getting out of the car with his entourage and then the entourage holding.
I don't know if he wanted us to talk about that.
Well, we did it
We
on
on the air.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, I can't remember if that was on or
Yeah,
off
no,
air.
it was on
air.
Because some stuff was
Yeah,
off air.
The one that's off air, we
Yeah.
can't talk about.
And then but he had a boom box that was connected to Tracy Morgan's phone, and then he refused to walk unless it was playing. And then it stopped working, and then he was like his handler for the weekend.
And Joe kept walking, and Tracy's like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
And then he was like, he stopped and he was messing with the phone and he refused to move until he got the music back going, and then he started walking again.
Start playing his Tupac again.
So, we had this whole discussion about it, but then it dawned on me, I'm like, this guy is Tracy Jordan. Like, and maybe it's obvious, it was obvious to the whole world before, but I always thought that was some
I never
sort of
watched
act.
that show, so I don't know.
I thought that
love 30 Rock. I thought that show was like one of the funniest because it was almost it tried very hard to be funny, and I don't mean that in a try hard sense. I mean
Well
that
written.
there were so many jokes that if you didn't stay quiet, which
You'd
was
miss
hard for
stuff.
me. Yeah, you would miss so many jokes. You'd be like, joke.
But what I think there is no act. Like, that is that guy's personality,
you're right.
and he is not putting
I
on
think
the-
it is his personality, but I think he's on purpose trolling people. Does that make sense?
It could be.
Leaning into it.
Yes.
It could
I
be
could see a
leaning.
lean
Like,
in
I
for
even
sure.
feel like them saying, like, oh, the audio messed up. I think his entourage is in on it too, and they stopped the music to see what Joe and them would do.
Yeah, I could see that.
It could be this huge
I think he's
troll
fucking with everybody.
and fucking with everybody. If he is brilliant, and what a way to spend your time because it's like
It's gotta be fun,
Yeah,
right?
it's got to be fun
But
as hell.
he's just doing it in front of.
It's not like super mean-spirited or anything. It's just fun. You know, he's just fucking around.
But
Yeah,
again,
he's not hurting anybody.
He's just doing this in the random improv in Orlando in front of the improv staff. Like so it takes commitment to do this. But then I'm like, I bet this is this guy's personality. And like that character he played, Tracy Jordan on 30 Rock, is just Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
100%. And he's just doing the same shit. Like
God.
how crazy
Remember
is
when he got the EGOT?
Yeah, it was the same
It
shit.
was-
I
it
think
was like
this
the
guy's the
funniest
person.
shit. It was that show. I might have to go back and rewatch that.
And it's different from like I remember I used to think like Flavor Flav when the first time when I was screening phone calls
remember
in the
this,
radio
yeah.
station and Flavor Flav called and he was like I didn't even know it was him and he was like I'm calling in for the interview. I'm
Hello,
like,
this is Flav.
And it was like Flavor, and then as soon as he got on the air, it was screaming Flavor, the whole thing.
Like, boy.
And then I was like, oh, he's just putting it on, you know. But I think Tracy Morgan is Tracy Jordan.
Yeah,
and
I
based
agree.
on after that story and Joe told us, I was like, oh, like this fucking guy's the same character he played on the guy.
And I think
30
he'll
Rock.
always be that. I don't. Yeah, I think
Which is
that's just-
awesome.
It is
that
pretty awesome.
we can see a human being that's a eccentric, absurd. You know, like
Yeah.
because this is this guy's personality.
I feel very lucky that we had the opportunity
The chat says
to see him.
this is how they feel about you.
No, well,
you
listen,
exaggerate and lean in. You
when,
do.
When I get home, I put my business slippers on.
Business slippers.
I'm just saying. I'm a
Well,
different-
the one you can find.
Right.
You know who acts like Tracy Jordan is, or Tracy Morgan is somebody who can get away with it. Like he can get away with it,
Yeah,
and the
he can.
improv will put up with that because he's fucking making a ton of money for
Yeah,
them.
he
Now
is.
everybody has a career arc, and the proof in the pudding, the proof of your theory, Tom, will be like at the bottom of his career arc when he's having a hard time finding gigs and people don't put up with that shit anymore. If he still acts like that, if he's still acting like that, and it's a problem for him, he really is like that. If it starts like causing problems and he's
changes it all,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a lean in,
Although,
then he'll stop.
We'll never see it because he had a $90 million. He doesn't even need to ever do stand-up.
Yeah, that Walmart money.
So as soon as things start going down, I mean, he'll just stop. Like, so
Yeah.
we'll never fucking know.
He'll just retreat from public life.
true.
Sure.
That's true. Why would we?
We'll never see it.
Yeah, as soon as that starts happening, he can just be like, bye-bye.
Yeah. It's a weird scenario. We'll probably fucking never know the answer. Like, we'll never know if this guy is 100%
It
that.
has been something
or,
we've been questing for quite some time.
Yeah.
Remember
Anyway.
he bought solid gold shoes, Dan?
I wonder if his ex-wife
Remember
will
he
come
showed
out
up on
and
the
say
horse
anything.
as George Washington?
Dude, the poster in his green room, Fat Bitch, the movie he was in, fucking kills me. He was a dog called Fat Bitch.
What?
30 Rock.
This show's really funny.
30 Rock is so fucking good.
It's so many jokes, Sam. And a lot of stuff that I'm like, woo, how'd they do that?
And Alec Baldwin is 100% in that. It's fucking amazing.
Oh, it's probably his best work.
Maybe.
Didn't Tina Fey in her book say that Tracy Morgan
Bossy
is
Pants?
like?
She said
this in real life?
like I'm gonna fuck it all up, but when I read that book, I remember her saying something about like, yeah, that character, they just made it that, and he just because that's him.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's
He's not
Tracy
acting
Jordan
like
is
anything.
Tracy Morgan. That's why they
Yeah.
created it. They she talks about how she's never found somebody naturally that like has that energy. They speak of him the way that people speak of, and I know you're going to hate this, but like people always talked about Rodney Dangerfield as like when he got on set and the way he did things, it's like his energy was like everybody'd be laughing at him the whole time. And then he'd be really concerned about like, am I doing a good job? Am I doing good? And everybody'd be like, dude, you're fucking killing it. And he'd be like, okay, am I doing a good job? Tracy Morgan's the same way. Like he'd get done and he'd be like, was that good? And everybody would be like, oh my, they're cry laughing. And then he's like, I don't know, man. Let's do it again.
Because they have no, he's not even doing it.
He doesn't
He's not
know.
doing it on purpose. He's just
not-
being
he
himself.
Is, but
It's
he
weird.
isn't. He's just being himself and
Yeah.
doing a good job of being himself. And but then like don't ask him to act. Just do what you're doing.
Yeah,
you're doing
yeah.
just fine.
So weird. Anyway.
Yeah, it is weird.
So Samantha, what's going
Samantha.
on with
Samantha.
we talking about this. Samantha.
Well, this week we have Ross McCoy and Bart Merrick on the show, so we'll be recording with them tomorrow. That episode will be
Cross
on
that off my
Sunday.
plugs.
There you go.
When does that come out?
It'll come out Sunday.
All right,
If
perfect.
you listen to the last thing I said, I said it comes out Sunday.
Grab the.
Once I said
Tom
semantics,
says one word and then just stops
I
listening.
started thinking about about myself.
I knew it.
I was like, what do I have to do today?
Tommy wanted me to remind you that you have golf tomorrow. Don't forget.
Oh,
You know,
with your son. Aren't you playing with your son?
How little do people? I mean, what do they think? Is this a Tracy Jordan?
Yeah, that's what everybody just said. You missed that too.
2 people.
That's a double miss. You missed it, and then you really missed it.
Man, this guy really does not listen to anything.
2 people who bid to play golf with me tomorrow texted me and said, "Hey, I just wanted to let you remind you about the golf. You got to be there at 7 a.m." And I was like,
Do I need to pick you up? Do I need to bring clubs? Do I need to pack you a sandwich?
I was like, I've been playing this for over a decade. The same tournament.
I'm the reason you're playing, motherfucker.
No.
I hope it's all a ruse because tomorrow's April Fool's Day.
No.
I hope there's no golf tournament.
Oh my God! Now you're playing with your son, right?
No.
It's the charity golf
Oh,
tournament.
it's Tommy Gilligan? I thought you were bringing your son.
No.
I always thought you were playing with Tommy.
No. They won't listen to me when I tell them how to hit the ball. They're like, stop criticizing me. Mom.
Stop criticizing me. Give me my trophy. You
Tell me I look beautiful.
I'm not joking. The worst thing I could ever do to my sons is try to teach them something. Like they
Well, that's all
hate
you
it.
want to do, though.
No, I know. They hate it so much that they get so
Well,
mad.
then why
that
don't you give up like me? You think I try to teach Maisie how to dance? I'm just like, go fucking dance and leave me alone.
Well, she knows how to do it. Like my sons are not hitting the ball right, and I want to get out
that's
there.
what
and
you're
give
paying an instructor for.
Yeah,
do
but
they listen to him?
They listen to him because
What's
he's a
his
young,
name?
cool
You got a cool
guy.
name?
He's young, cool. He looks like Tiger Woods.
Wow.
Like
Combination.
He's like 19-year-old kid. There's like a good guy, tall, and then he's like,
What's up? I date a Perkins waitress.
But he's like, it's just about them having fun and hitting the ball.
Oh,
like,
I hate that. It's not about that. It's
That's what
about
I
becoming
said.
the best and crushing your enemy's skulls.
Yeah. I was like, you think Tiger Woods' dad was all about fun?
He was not amazing.
No fun.
Zero fun. You're like Tiger Woods' dad with plants.
Oh, yeah.
No fun.
And look how Tiger turned out. He's so happy.
Yeah, he is.
He's such a happy guy.
Well,
And his hairline.
the best.
The saddest of hairlines.
Tom thinks that it doesn't matter that he's about happiness. It's just that he's the best of all time.
Can't buy y'all with happiness.
If there's anything I want for my kids is that someday they're in a relationship where they feel they have to trick the chick out of the apartment.
I love that story. I love that story.
That makes
Crazy.
sense.
It was extra crazy.
That shows how to solve a problem the easiest way. I love that. It's like
Just avoidance.
This is what Tom does with our Air T&D. He's like, I just lock him out.
change the code.
Change the code.
Yeah, like if you have a problem, guess.
Sir, I can't get in. Well, I guess you can't get in.
The
We lost
problem
that one. I'll
solved.
just give him a refund right now.
It's so easy.
Ross?
The Orlando Talk Show with me, Ross McCoy, at all your favorite podcast locations. Don't forget, if you got a little money, throw a little bit at Logan, Mickey's son. I don't have that link right on me. Go look at my Facebook. It's Logan X23. Sam, you looking it up
Yeah,
right
I
now?
think you got it right. Find it.
Sam will have it at the end of my plugs. Come to the Bull and Bush first and third Saturdays. Tomorrow, April 1st is one. Wednesday at 9, we got open mic. And save the date, 4/22. We're doing a special event at the Bull and Bush. We'll be ticketed. And come see me at Will's Pub in May. I think it's 22nd in May, too. We're going to do Life's a Gift. You remember Life's a Gift, Dan?
I don't.
Larry Fulford show. He used to do it with Alex Luchin.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be stepping into the Luchin role and kind of hosting it for Larry.
Luchin been up to?
It's like a comedy. Luchin moved to New Orleans and he's fucking doing real good.
Yeah, he's still out there, right?
I think he's running he has like a mushroom company. Last time I looked,
What?
he's got like a company makes like mushroom tea for like therapy and stuff, microdosing mushroom teas.
Very cool. Reach out. Get me some of that tea and trip my balls off.
That link for Logan is.
I'm trying to find it. I'm scrolling. Where's it at? Here we go.
You're supposed to know,
I
Sam.
should have written. No, this is on me. I should have written this down a long time ago.
I don't have the short link, but I can post it in the Twitch chat.
That's
here.
just as good. And I'll post it on my Facebook, so it'll be there if you guys want to go check it out.
There you go. Awesome.
We've got BDM Appreciation event coming up April 22nd. You will receive a invite if you're a BDM. You know about it if you're a BDM. But we got tons of giveaways. We're giving away a cruise courtesy of Power Spot.
Yes.
And a bunch of other prizes.
If you have any issues with your account, I've been handling most
Is
of that.
fucking Ahoy Cruises giving away fireworks? What topsy-turvy world are we in?
It's crazy, right? But show at tomanddan.com if you have any issues with your account, if you don't understand something, if something's wrong, if you need me to address something, hit me up there. Pardon me, because I've been handling a lot of people like changing their account, trying to change their email. I can't do that. I'll have to walk you through. Pardon me. Good Lord. I'm going to throw up.
Oh, I had another BDM's mom called me yesterday.
What's that now?
Oh, no.
Yeah, just wanting to cancel their account because their son
Was it Dave?
moved here.
Was it Dave?
No, I don't know. It was just the only people that ever called me
Are
moms of BDMs that they're like, is this Tom and Dan? I'm
He
like,
finally
yes.
moved out. He's in a halfway house. He's in a halfway house in Mount Dora.
And then they're like, I want to cancel this. It was
Trying
for
to get back on his feet so he can get visitation of his daughter. And
it was for my son, and he's now out of the house.
Out of the house.
He's out of the house now. He's
So he doesn't
battling.
listen?
And they can
He's currently battling HIV, and he's addicted to methamphetamine.
And then I'm like, all right, well, is it under his? Do you know his name and password? They're like, no. And then I'm like,
Oh,
well,
hold on, it's on a piece of paper here. The password is Clitzilla69.
It's like something embarrassing that their mom has to say.
yeah, I'm like, and I'm not
Don't
sure.
use your mom's credit cards. Jesus Christ, you guys. What the fuck?
And then she's like, yeah, well, the subscription will be under my name because it's my credit card.
It's my credit
I'm
card.
paying for
It'll
my
be
son.
under Sandy.
4 times has that. The only BDMs that's ever called me for
Sandy
like customer
Thompson.
service because my numbers
It's on my Disney card. I use the points at the Disney store to buy some of their bitty baby clothing for my dolls.
Don't do that to your mom, man.
And then, you know what? It's weird because then I'm like, well, just email me your name and then we'll take care of it. Never.
They don't know how to email. Too old to email.
Yeah, but I was like, did you want to?
I had another guy. Remember my rant about the other guy? The guy that was like,
I hope I do not have to contact you again. I'm
like,
like,
who the fuck do you think? And then I had another guy just write me. He's like, cancel it. I'm like, good luck with that. You can cancel it yourself, motherfucker. I'm out of this game. Y'all gonna piss me off so much. I'll be like, you wouldn't cancel that shit if it would give my daughter breath again. I wouldn't cancel that shit.
And don't forget, if you're a father of 2 over 40, post a video to the BDM
Yeah.
group
Oh, yes.
of yourself.
315.
Oh, my God.
I thought it was 350. Was it? What was the time?
15. 3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
15 seconds.
So
I
you gotta do
screenshot
3
it.
minute, and you got to do 317 because 1 second it's floating.
And don't do this shit where like the video cuts away for a second and then back.
No,
it's got to be a
yeah.
complete uninterrupted. Same as like a Pac-Man verification
Yes,
video.
same.
This
rules.
just
I
in.
screenshot the Tommy's time.
Your wife has made it into the Tom Van Club.
No, God.
wow.
Okay.
Oh,
Why
great.
is she in there? What is she doing?
She's trying to shut down the pizza party.
86,
shutting it down? What did she
86
say?
all tits. 86 all tits in the
Where
Tom
am I?
Van Club.
She said he's always looking for ways to give money away, and the company cannot sustain this trajectory.
What is she? Who she think she is? Goddamn.
Well, thank God she's in there. Finally. I feel a lot more confident going into the weekend.
To be fair, she probably has a better clue of the financials than you do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so glad she's in there.
Oh, she's shutting down a pizza party.
Oh, she shut down all the
Come
pizza
on,
party.
no.
You didn't go to the birthday party, Tommy's birthday party. They ordered 2 cheese pizzas.
She's anti-pizza.
They ordered 2 Papa John's cheese. I'm like, 2 cheese? That won't feed Izzy.
Well,
that won't
that's-
feed one fucking person.
And it was the day after a fucking soccer game, so it was half off.
Yeah.
But it's like Ailstone has delicious pizza. But it's apparent that you go there and buy the pizza. I'm not buying everybody pizza.
Oh, we thought you were buying us pizza.
No, it doesn't say that in the thing. It's
Well,
just
I'm not coming then if you're not buying
What's the fucking
pizza.
party then?
Yeah,
It's a-
It's a BYOP.
This is a
BYOB.
This is a lunch. It's not a party.
No, well, you go there and then
No.
everybody eats pizza and drink beer. Pizza
Yeah,
party.
that's called, this is the same way I used to
Pizza
feel.
party.
We used to have these fucking, this is mandatory meetings in Clear Channel. They used to be like, show up, and you buy your own drinks. No, thank you. Fuck off. I'm not even going to go there.
I'm having a birthday party. I'm sitting there, and like to everybody that shows, I'm like, you didn't bring cake?
Well, that,
You fucking
Yeah,
idiot.
it's
You didn't
not a
bring
birthday
You
party.
didn't bring cake to my birthday party, you fucking
You
idiot.
didn't bring your own cake? Oh, I got my cake
Yeah,
here.
you invited everybody, so
Yeah,
it's
this
on
is
you.
your dumb
No,
idea.
I
It was
just-
your idea.
No, what Norm said, let's do a pizza party. I was like, I need to do a promotion.
Also,
of
at this
Ailstone.
point, have you noticed that he's been leaning in? Not to go back to it, but much like Flavor Flav. Did you notice last night he spelled Casstleberry Casstleberry?
Yeah.
Nobody's that dumb.
Didn't know I did that. Didn't know the dee-dee-da-da.
Oh my God.
Didn't know I dee-dee-da-da.
What the fuck?
Da-da-da-da-da.
Didn't know that da-dee-dee.
Someone clip that.
Oh, yeah. I'm stupid Casstleberry.
Casst.
Didn't know I did it.
All right, let's get out of here.
Everybody should be concerned. All right, let's get the hell out of here.
All right, everybody have a great weekend. We love you. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you.
Next BDM event, bring your own Chex Mix.
Yeah, it is bring your own Chex Mix, and we will see you.
Oh man, it's BOGO at Publix. VIP Chex Mix. God damn it! What are we doing?
That was Tony, dude. All right. We gotta get out of here, right? Yeah. All right, bye-bye.
Oh, it's a funny show.
All right, bye Twitch, bye YouTube.
See ya,
Have a great
Jordan.
weekend, you guys.